They're talking and we're still not live.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be here talking, we're not even live.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll wait until if nobody comes in, I'll just do an announcement anyway. It'll be up on.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. Phone. What I want to do. I want to do something. Oh yeah, I want to email myself that. How did you find it today anyway? Back in work.
I wasn't in work today. Told you.
Ah.
I wasn't in work today. It was only Saturday and Sunday this week.
Oh, was today
then? Nothing. Still fuck
You're
off
just
there.
late. You're just late coming on stream.
No, I was walking the dog when you text me. I totally, because of the clocks after changing, like it wasn't getting dark, so I thought, it's only about fucking 6 o'clock, it's grand, like I've plenty of time. And then you text me and I was like, fuck me, it's 8 o'clock. So I was fucking only bringing the dog for a walk, and I was like, fuck it. So it was one of the quickest walks he ever had, and I said, fuck it, go and get back to stuff.
I had to bring my fella up for a walk for tomorrow, because we only going up there and doing whatever he needs to do up there, and I don't want him to do that. So, but I laid out the cover on the seat, so it's grand. Like, if I was to put anyone in the back, I'd have to cut the parts for the seatbelt.
Yeah, the slits for the seatbelt. Yeah, but sure. Like you said, when you ever really have anyone in the back, like.
But way she is now, if anyone went in the back of my car, we'd be fucked. No seatbelt covers, no nothing.
Fucking stand to lie down and bark and growl or something. That's me dog. Wouldn't be able to see in the back of the tinted windows, any.
Oh. No.
So yeah, that's the situation, isn't it? Back at work now every weekend.
Be lucky you're working. Be lucky.
I know, yeah, it's always the fucking weekend though. That's the one thing I hate. I know I can't complain. I still have me Mondays to Thursdays off or whatever for now. I suppose.
I wish I was working. Even if I just got to, like, even my mother was saying, even if you got something part time, there's something to kind of boost up what you have now. Be grand.
Yeah,
that's
it. Yeah.
But part time, not able to do anything.
Yeah,
like I'm not in the skill yet of the photography, so I'm not going to get anywhere there. But what else is to do? Like, anything that's physical, I can't do.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll do something with the car, but then you're getting the car be fucking wrecked if you do anything. Like I was going to do I know the lads doing it well before the fucking whole COVID thing happened. The lads were doing they were doing work or something down my friend's house on Fisherstown. And I said, grand then look, if you gave me a few bit, I'll put the car as a van, like, and just truck whatever into the back of the car and I'd deliver it here, there, whatever. And then I was back then the car be fucking wrecked if I was, like, you know what I mean?
You'd be alright with your fucking cover you have. I'd say if you put the seat down and laid that all across the boot, it'd probably fit a lot.
There's nobody. Then you have to rely if you can unload the car as well. Like.
Yeah.
That means I'll have to bring something with me.
Yeah. Well, I was in Hardware and Dermacose in Ross there on Wednesday, I think it was. And I drove from Dermacose all the way back home. A fucking 11-foot lengths of 2x1 hanging out the fucking passenger window. So it was a bit like a van. It was grand though.
That's what I just want anything, even nothing to do with the car, because I have it. Like I have the car. You know what I mean? It's not like I'd be carrying people. You basically get 2 planks of timber put on the back of the car, so that's the floor, and then you lay whatever on top of it. Like, you know what I mean? The ground.
That's it. Yeah.
The problem is people don't really want that, or they don't want to be paying someone to do what they want to be doing themselves if it's quicker for them. And then you have to look into then is that money that they're giving you fuel then? You know what I mean? So kind of doesn't work itself out. Like you're nearly cash in hand, but you're nearly putting into fuel anyway. So where's it? You're not really saving.
Yeah. I don't know. You could always get a fucking part-time fucking delivery man for fucking Chinese takeaway or something like that, or just for a few days, something like that. don't know what way the pay works with that. But I think you get paid a week. Well, whatever amount of days you work, you get paid for that.
That
And then
he
I think
must
you
have
have to
to
pay
do
for your own
something.
fuel or something.
He must have to do something though. He
What's
couldn't be in there sitting down waiting until an order came in though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'd say at the moment.
But would you think he's not part of a chef then? He being like a cover, and then when they're going in for delivery, he then goes out. No.
Well, like if you think about it now, a lot of takeaways, like say for example, Domino's there in Waterford. You know, down by the big fucking park, across from the fucking three ships. They're literally, it's either click and collect or delivery. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So, I'd say he'd just be fucking. They'd probably get you in at a certain time that they know is probably gonna be busy for deliveries, and then like say you come back for one delivery, and say if you don't have another delivery for half an hour, you might be just fucking helping out them, like getting the fucking orders ready for delivery, if you get me, just like stacking them up and putting them in the bags and shit, and then throwing them in the car or whatever. I think that's what they do, isn't it?
You can't go with them. They don't buy by the speed limit, apparently.
No, apparently not.
Knowing me, I'll do is get caught. What are you doing? Deliver. So you go fast. No, they see me with the boy racer fucking yoke on, and either they won't hire me at all, or I'll get hired, go out on my first job and get fucking fined for speeding because they'll see me from a mile away.
Yeah, or they'll see the Dub Life sticker on the windscreen and be like the guard that you got stopped at the checkpoint. Yeah, oh, he's from Dublin, don't hire him. You know why? Sure. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too bad now. Come the 12th, they're giving us a bit of leeway on the whole.
Yeah,
you can
but
travel within
the
your county.
The lads were saying that there's a catch on that. There's always a catch. That's the problem. The catch is the lads were trying to explain. Man was saying, look, just you have your 20k limit, leave that. The lads were saying that it only affects outside the county when you're living near the border. So me living in Glenmore. But I don't get that. Because if that was the case, then why is my map telling me that I can travel to fucking electricity plants down in Wexford? If that's the case, it doesn't make any sense.
Ferry.
Yeah.
If you get the ferry, right? Technically, if you're in Passage East getting the ferry, you're still in County Waterford, and then you're getting the ferry over, so you can go 20k from there because you're on the border. If you get me, you're not breaking any laws by going to Passage East, because Passage East is still County Waterford. Like.
Yeah.
That's how I can get over. That's how I can get to like my end point of my 20k radius. I've looked it up, and the government has even put it on the fucking news of this website that you can check how your 20k radius. Yeah, I checked my 20k the other day, and I can go to Tramore within my 20k because I get the ferry. I go to drive to Ballyhack, get the ferry from Ballyhack, and then I can go as far as Tramore. That's 20k.
I just don't get why they're making it confusing. They're making it confusing for people that, like me, don't have fucking clue.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit confused as well. Like, so as far as like,
because they said
as soon as this show's come, I can go to Tramore. Like,
Adam was saying
I get stopped in Tramore.
Yeah.
So if I get stopped in Tramore, like, and the guard fucking says to me, "Jesus, you're well off. You're fucking." I'd be like, "No, I'll show him the yoke on my phone." I'd be like, "Look, there's me 20k radius." So. I can't really say nothing.
Adam was saying it's going by your license. Apparently, they go by your license. Yeah, they go by the address on your license, which my address on my license. Apparently,
you're all right because you're fucking Glenmore.
He told me, I was talking to him, and I said, "Oh, I'm going down." I said to him, "Oh, look, I'm going down to when it's 20k lifts. I can't wait because I'm going down to Andy to get the car all cleaned and fucking whatever I need to do." And he said, "You know, you can't do it. You can't get down to his house." I said, "Why?" He said that it's 20k from the border, not from your house. I'm just going, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't get that. Like, if you're 20k from the border, 20k from the house, either way, either or, even if it's 20k from my house, it's still, like, I'll show you that. I'll bring up the website. That's what I do.
That's what I'm saying, because I done the fucking the yoke
I think
that
it is
the
20k
government.
from home. It is the 20k from home, because if it's 20 kilometers from the border, that won't make any fucking sense. That means you'll be able to go from God knows where to God knows where. Can I draw? What is that? Apparently my limit is it was pointing on Dublin there for a second because I don't have thing on
Your location.
Yeah, I changed my location off my laptop, so it always pins me in Dublin. So where's my house? So I'll give a rough area because I'm not showing YouTube where my actual house is. So we'll just go from down here because I'm not directly showing where my house is. I'm sorry, YouTube, you're not getting us.
I wouldn't find it anyway. It was out in the sticks.
If you zoomed in, you would have seen it. You can see now what's the difference between there and there. Okay. Go from here. So I'll show you now. This is only a rough area now. There's no difference. There's literally no different anyway. Even if I moved it here, because not like I'm going to this place anyway. So there's 20k. So this is 20k from me. Move this. I'm going to move that down like that. It doesn't really matter because where the house is, it's still kind of cutting off here. But that's 20k from me.
Yeah, you can nearly make it to Hawkhead.
Nearly. The border ends at the back garden of Loftus Hall. I can get down to the back. I can swim over to the back garden of Loftus Hall.
After man on the passenger car when you go down the fucking thing.
Thing is, I just don't get it. Like, is it 20k from the house or is it 20k from the border? If it was 20k from the border, let's say that's the border. Right, there's a border there, right? Because up here is Carlow. Literally right there is Carlow, right? That's Kilkenny.
That's what I'm saying. If that's the border, you can go all the way into
the border. Let's say they said, yeah, it's border. There's the border.
Yeah, actually, you can go all the way into fucking Wexford town. Right?
There's the border from my house. That means I'd be able to travel over to fucking that village that's on the fucking coast there. So that doesn't make any sense. So no, that's not Rosslare. It's what's that town? That little village, that little seaside village, or is it here? I think it's here actually. Kilmore, wherever it is. I think that's it. That means I go there, like, well, near enough go there. So it's definitely not that. So we're going to put the view there just for now. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't
know. As far as I know, right, literally the yoke we're looking at on screen now, that is the thing that the RTE News had up on a fucking notification on my phone saying, if you do not know your fucking how far 20k from your home is, here's a website to show you that. So they literally
I'll be always on this website because 5k.
So that's the one RTE fucking RTE
that's
are using. Like, so.
That's 5k. Obviously not in my house, but just giving an example. I just don't get this. Like, now, if I go from my old house, which is around, hold on, I want to share the screen for a second. I need to find where my old house is and then radius off it. Let's say the license was right. Let's say they said, oh yeah, no, it has to be by your license and everything else. And the cows are flying in the sky. You know what I mean? Where's my house? Where's my old house? Okay. Stick it there, some random fucking field in the back arse of nowhere. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, where am I going? For fuck's sake, where am I going? Right. Hide this fucking thing. So this is Glenmore, right, where I used to live.
Yeah.
I can still get down the passage, down to your house. Shit, what am I doing? What am I doing? Thanks, fucking laptop. I can still get down to your house. Just about. Your house is about here, isn't it? There's passage.
Maybe.
Is that passage? There's Duncana. There's passage.
Yeah.
Look. There's passage east. There's the ferry.
Yeah.
There's Ballyhack.
Yeah. I'm not in Ballyhack anymore though.
Where are you?
I'm more near Duncannon now. So
yeah, still either way, I'm probably I'm still in.
Oh,
I'm still
definitely, yeah, big time, yeah.
So there's my old house. So let's say they went off my insurance or off my license. I'm still in the radius. That's why I don't get it. Why people are saying, "Oh, we can't."
Well, like the way it is, right? Chances are, if you get stopped at checkpoint and they ask you for your license, they look at your license and they're gonna see your address is Glenmore. They're not gonna ask you, "Are you actually from Glenmore?" or does it just say this on your license? Like, do you know what I mean? Unless
well, they don't really. Like, if they were to ask about the reg, right, the easiest thing they can say is, but they're not going to ask anything about the reg because someone I know in town, they got pulled yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but a while ago, and their reg was Cork, and they got pulled for having the Cork reg, but because he was able to say that he was living in Morton, they left him off. But that's I know it's a used car in different circumstances. But, you know what I mean? Who's to say that my parents split up or something? Not saying I'm breaking the law or anything. I'm not really technically breaking the law because the house I'm living in now is still in Kilkenny. It's still on the border. Like, if you go from a geographical side, my house literally cut in half, and it's mostly in Kilkenny. That's why when I got my old car, my old Golf 8, that had a KK reg on it, not Waterford one.
But like mine has a Dublin reg, so.
Yeah. Now when they done the change on the car, they couldn't find when they done that the first time, they couldn't find it again for the second time. Now I could appeal it and I would have gotten it, but that means they would have holding the car on for God knows how long because they'll have to try and peel my fucking postcode.
I wouldn't say they'd question you on the reg anyway.
No.
They literally, anytime you get stopped, they literally.
What's your purpose?
Yeah, what's your purpose? Where are you heading? Blah de blah. Where are you coming from?
Now I couldn't say obviously I couldn't say I'm meeting you. It has to be some kind of it is for some kind of purpose. I think it's exercise. I think
well, you can have any reason. Just say you're going to fucking. I don't know if you're from Glenmore. You can say you're fucking going into the shops in Ross.
Yeah.
Into Tesco in Ross, because technically that'll be your closest Tesco. You can travel outside your, like even with at the moment when we're in the 5K, you can go further than 5K if it means you're going to a supermarket or something.
Mm.
So
actually saying that though, I heard a few stories. I heard about a few stories. The first lockdown last year, and there were a lot of people going to shops here. They were actually going to Aldi. Someone was walking. No, she drove because obviously the distance. But she drove to Aldi because it was her closest Aldi, and the guards came up and told her not to be here because you're outside your limit. And she even said, this is my only supermarket that's closer to my house. And they said no. They told her to go off and got her fine.
Well, that was just pig of fucking guards. Like. I was just being pig ignorant. Because I'm not joking, right? The first lockdown, I was very bad, right? I was living in Ballyhack in the first lockdown, and I used to get the ferry across and go to Tesco in Waterford. Or not Tesco, no, I didn't used to get the ferry across, sorry. I used to drive around the new bridge, and I used to go to Aldi in Ferrybank. And when we done the shopping or whatever, I was coming back, and there was a checkpoint at the Bellevue Port roundabout, and he stopped me, and he goes, "Well, where are you heading?" And I goes, "I'm just heading home there." "That's no bother, go ahead." Didn't ask me where's home, didn't not a thing.
If you mention home, they won't question it. Like, because I mentioned because there was a checkpoint up the road from my house. And obviously with the stickers, now I done my biggest boo-boo, but how I got away with it, I don't know, right? Because I never do it. I always keep up with my documents on my car, always have remembrance, everything else, right? Anyway, got to the checkpoint, they asked me where I was going. So I was going home, and I said, look, the house is around the corner. That was grand, left me through. Got home, checked on the car. Remember, they don't have any insurance on the car, showing on the car at all. They let me go. Insurance was out of date by a month, and I had the tax. I had insurance insurance. No, it was a tax. It was tax. It was out of date by a month, and I had tax in my glove box. Just forgot all about it. But why did they stop me? I don't know. They're just not paying attention anymore, or it's just that kind of pop. I don't know.
I'm the same. Sometimes I do that as well. Or get me tax in the post, and I totally forget to just take it out of the envelope and throw it in me fucking folder, like, until I do end up getting stopped at checkpoint. It's like 2 months out of date, and people be like, "I started the tax," and I'd be like, "What you mean? Car's tax? Putting the tax in there a month ago or so." "No, it's out of date." I don't look to me fucking glove box, and there it is sitting there, still in the fucking envelope, not opened or nothing. I'd be like, "Look, there it is."
You can't say it, and if you have it on your car, though, if you have it in the glove box and you forgot about it, and you've got
I can't do that. Well,
let's say you've got right, and they said, "Oh yeah, out of that date." What did they say then when you took out the glove box? When you displayed it, then it was that you forgot all about it.
Yeah, I literally just said, "Jesus, look, there it is. It's in the envelope." I opened it and showed him it, and he was like, "Ah, right, that's grand, no bother." He goes, "Just don't be forgetting or whatever." He goes, "You know, you can get done for that."
Yeah, you can get fined.
You're not getting done for the car not being taxed. You're getting done for displaying an out of date tax disc. That's what you're getting done.
Yeah, so you can. That's the same thing. When you're driving around the back of your car, then you're not getting done because you don't have the tax on the car.
Yeah. Sorry, you're getting a fine for not displaying a valid tax disc. That's what he said.
So by the way, anyone that's watching the stream, if you are, thanks for joining. I know we kind of just started off, we didn't even do an intro, but I think with these, it's like I was saying before, you know what I mean, it's just chat. Really. Do you see Feathered is in fucking one up there as well, instead of down there? No, it's not there. See what Clan Mel is? It's Feathered.
Yeah, that's a different Feathered. Feathered down here is Feathered on sea.
Yeah.
There's loads of feathers around there.
Yeah, one lad is living on that. Feathered on sea.
Yeah.
So he was asking me, who is this fella that you know in Ballyhack? And I said, Andy. And then he started going, then he said, "Oh, I don't know any Andy anyway," so you know what I mean. But
no, I'm not well known down around these parts at all, to be honest. Keep myself.
I don't know with this whole thing. I just know when I get off that new road, I know when you come off the slip road, and there's a roundabout.
Yeah.
If I turn left at the slip road, I'm back on that back road. I'm fine once I get down to here. There's the new bridge. I'll be fine.
Tell you what you do. Where the guards always are, well, where they have been, is literally, do you know when you come off that slip road heading for Ross?
Yeah.
And you come to the Stokestown roundabout, and then you don't go left because that brings you down to Stokestown. You don't take the next one. You kind of go straight through it, and then the flyover for the new road is to your right hand side. If you go left, it brings you up to where the hillside barriers. That's where they used to always have the checkpoint. But you can avoid that if you go right around Stokestown roundabout and you come up that back road to where that viewpoint is at the bridge for
that's literally what I was saying. If I turn left off that roundabout, I come by that viewpoint.
Brings you up through Whitechurch.
Yeah.
Yeah, up through Whitechurch, and then you literally.
Is Whitechurch safe?
Yeah.
There's no, Well,
I've never came across checkpoint in Whitechurch ever. It's
Whitechurch is only a little village, isn't it, or something bigger than?
No, it's literally you drive through it, and if you blink, you'd miss it. Like you literally drive in, you can blink, and then you're out of it. Like so, you just go straight through Whitechurch.
I passed through it a long time ago because I was getting somewhere and I was worried. No, I was worried about the works on the road, so I took the back way all the way down.
Yeah.
I ended up then outside of his house. But if I fly through there again, that junction, I come out of here. I'll tell you that now, actually, where I come out of. Because if I can find Fisherstown, I can find where it is. So there's Whitechurch, this camp.
Yeah. You basically you come out the main road just before
there's where my friend lives. That lane down. No, is it there or here? No, it's there because there's that's the dangerous bend. I hate that fucking bend. But his house is along here, right? So this road, that's the road I took the last time. So I came out of here, came down here, and then I was outside of his house. So if I go straight, I end up back on this road again. But can I bypass this road here? No. Is that main road? I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, it's the main road. That's literally the main road from New Ross to Campoil. That yellow one.
What is Campoil Road?
Yeah.
I'm kind of confused what way it is. There's the bend. Down.
Do you know?
There's the main road. I don't know why that's fucking yellow because that shouldn't be yellow. That's not a main road. This is the main road through Campoil.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but anyway, right. Say if you're, Campoil anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So say if you're heading into Ross from Campoil, right? You go past Horswood Church and all that crack, and then you come onto the street after the bad bend, and there's a left turn for Whitechurch or a right turn for JFK. Yeah. But basically, if you say you come to the Stokestown roundabout, go up past the viewpoint of where the new bridge and all that is, if you continue on that road, go through Whitechurch and keep going on that road, you'll come out at that crossroads just before Campoil.
What I was saying was, I was coming through here. What I usually do, instead of going straight, I turn right, and this is the road I was telling you that comes out to where my friend lives. Then you take
go right.
You go take a right and a left.
Yeah. Here. I don't know. I've never been in Fisherstown. I know there's a left turn in Whitechurch to go into Ballykelly.
Small, like you go straight, you end up being at the factory.
All right.
If you go,
it's on the Great Island Road. That
if you
Fisherstown is.
Yeah, Fisherstown's here. It's all Fisherstown
here.
Yeah. So you come down here. That's all Fisherstown here, and then you come down to the factory. If we usually spin out of his estate and come down here for a spin because it's a straight road.
Yeah,
I think this corner is a corner here or something. There's a skinnier road here, and
it's a bridge, isn't it?
Only
one car will fit on it. Yeah, I know the road down to Great Island. All right. You literally go down to the factory and you can't go anymore. Like just big gates. Yeah, well, Yeah, well, even if you
If
went,
man was saying now, like she was saying, like I was on about this whole thing, and she said, "Why couldn't you just do it now?" But I'd just be worried if I done it now, because my luck, I'd get over the fucking bridge. Now, saying that, I've been over to New Ross countless times with Louis on Saturday mornings, Saturday evenings, God knows
but
when.
it's just the one
Never,
time you fucking go in.
never.
Yeah, the one time you go to fucking do it now, and you know yourself. I'd be the same way. Saying that now, I took a fucking chance the other day. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm very, very bold. And if streams listening to me, please don't judge me. It's very, very bold. But it was for a good purpose, right? My sister, she has 5 kids, and she had a doctor's appointment. She's living in Pilltown. So I had to drive to Pilltown the other day to look after my nieces and nephews for her. So I made it to Pilltown the other day. All back roads, mate. But I came over the new bridge, came into Glenmore, turned left in Glenmore, and then literally just went all back roads straight to Pilltown.
Yeah, it's very
And I
easy
didn't,
to get down in the back roads anyway. But
yeah,
like
I
this
didn't come
thing,
across fucking any guards or anything.
yeah, the lads I know up in Bunclody now, up in Bunclody, they'd be driving to they'd be driving God knows where, up fucking Mullingar and all fucking lot, new guards. But yet I take a fucking little tiny road that goes over a bridge and I get.
Then stop that checkpoint. Yeah.
I just don't get. Like, that's why I was even saying to myself, like I used to be driving with my brother to Limerick, and all the time I drove up to Limerick, I never saw one guard. Even when I got up to Limerick, I never saw a checkpoint. And I used to be like I'd leave in the morning, and I'd be leaving there really late. Munching again. Munching again. Oh yes. But I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like the only checkpoint I'll tell you now when you're going into Waterford is you might get the odd one. You might get the odd one up by my house, but the way you'd be going up to my house to get that checkpoint, you wouldn't be doing it because you'd be coming down the new road anyway. But the only checkpoint that I'd be very wary of, and I don't take the road anymore because they always question about me with the fucking sticker, is if you come in here, see where there's Harvey Norman and Halford's on, but this strip here, they love setting up a checkpoint here or here. They'll set up checkpoint after the bend here so you don't see it when you come off the roundabout, or they love setting one when you come off and you can't get back. You go on it and you can't get back off it again.
Yeah.
And they will like your man. Now I know I'd say your man was kind of messing more than anything, but he wants to say, look, are you sure like you want traveling down from Dublin? You know what I mean? I said, I'm fucking sure. I don't live in fucking Dublin anyway. If I did, I'd have a Dublin accent. But yeah, that's the thing. If I was going to Waterford, I'd skip there. I wouldn't go over the toll. I'd come down where the train station is and turn off here. Usually, there used to be guards here, and never since the new lockdown they never showed up. They love setting up a checkpoint this strip here, right? Or they set one here on the bend. They start all of a sudden since this new lockdown. Never seen them there, only down here. That was the only checkpoint in Waterford I would see here. And I have a funny feeling why they're setting here is people not knowing this road. So people that are out in the city will come down here and in the city that way. So that's probably why. That's why they have the checkpoint there.
Well, like even at the start of this lockdown, like the guards always had a checkpoint coming into Welton Bridge, right outside the Wallace's hard store, or Wallace's fucking hardware. The hardware shop. Always, every time I came to fucking into Welton Bridge, they were always there. And now, that was at the start of the lockdown. About 3 weeks into the new lockdown, and never came across them ever again.
They just stopped doing them for some reason. I think it's just I think they're fed up doing them as well.
I know, and I think they know people aren't gonna fucking stick to the fucking rules. So, and then like I don't know, now on the 12th, you can go anywhere in your county, and 20k from your fucking house or wherever your fucking license says, whatever the fuck it is, 20k, and like I don't think they're gonna clamp down more, if you get me, because you've more space to move around. If anything, I think there'd be less.
I remember there was the last time there was a the county-wide checkpoints, or the county-wide fucking lockdown, and you're able to drive all around the county that you're living in. And we were on the back road. We were actually I can't remember where we were heading. We were heading on a spin anyway. And we were in back arse of nowhere, right, coming to this village on the Tramore to Dungarvan back road, right? And this fella on the motorbike, cop, checkpoint, in loader, and he was like this. He wasn't even talking to people. Just, yeah, go. And paid us to sit there and wave his hands. Because he never stopped me. That's the first thing I panicked. Because I thought he was going to stop me. But no, never did. He just waving on, like, you know what I mean? And I had a KK Reg. KK Reg with big, well, same as in that car now. There's a thing wrapped around the mirror. That's KK, the Kenny colours. You should have seen that and knew that it was Kenny, like. Nah. Nine. We'll talk about this before 10. So the announcement is that announcement again. Andy's back working. So that means that what does that mean for the channel? That means that things are going to be kind of changing around, I think. I might be moving the streams. I think I was talking. Me and Andy were talking before we started going live. Is moving the stream to Saturday night, depending on, you know what I mean, the times that you and everything else. But if it doesn't work out on the Saturday, it'd be a Thursday night instead. Anytime like that, just like kind of all over the place, chucking around the place. And I don't really want to be moving around too much either. People be stuck to one schedule and then be shifted back. That's why nobody's coming to this one, because it was just trying to move times, and people are not going to either read it or they're going to ignore it. I don't fucking know. But no, it's going to be either 9 o'clock Saturday night or 9 o'clock Thursday. I'd say it'd be nearly the best time. That'll give you a chance to go home and get ready.
Right. Plenty of that.
Yeah. And if anything comes up and I'm bored off my face on a Friday night, I might stream Forza. Actually, if I do stream Forza, I want people to start messaging me ideas, because if I'm on my own, I'm not driving around the map, not knowing what I'm doing. Or if I'm in the mood, I'll do it. But I don't want to be going into a game just for the sake of streaming. I want people to start engaging. As well. That was the case. I'll just start streaming any game just for the sake of just having a video up. Start streaming outside the window. This is my car. This is where I live. Hi, everybody. No. See Juicebox, actually. Do you follow Juicebox? You don't follow they got they're on YouTube now, and they received their they got the play button today. They got 100,000 subscribers today. And they're just in garage. They're just working, like, they just mess with cars in a garage in Watford, in the airport industrial estate. But they got it now today. I said that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's the internet now when the lads are sharing it. So congratulations to them. You have to work hard. That's the main thing.
That's it.
I just don't want to. I'm just afraid that I'll put this into the ground, this whole channel thing. That's what I'm afraid of. It's one of my fear. It's one of the fears, because I want, I do like streaming. Even when I look uncomfortable. I'm not uncomfortable. I just worried what I'm going to say next, and you know what I mean.
Oh, it is hard. Sometimes your mind just goes blank. You don't know what the fuck to talk about, and then you're kind of like
easier. It's the thing is, it's easier with people. Like, I just don't know. Like, even on my main channel, my gaming one, I'd find it very hard to stream on my own. Now, there's times where I do like stream on my own because I like to have story. If I was playing a game that has story in it, I wouldn't like the lads talking over it, because that's just interrupting everything. But it's very hard to stream on your own. It's very hard to keep up with talking. It's very hard to even doing it. Like, I used to do it with recording. Like, I used to record the whole time, and then I stopped it because it was me getting bad at editing, and I wanted improving, and at the same time, I just didn't have the time. At least with this, you'll do it, you know, wherever comes, and then it uploads, does its own itself basically, and you just do the thumbnail, put it up. But that can affect the views as well, because nobody likes sitting down watching a 3-hour stream either. That's the problem.
Oh, very well.
So there's good and bad. I might mix in the recording, but I just don't know when yet. I don't know what to do yet either. That's one of the things I was going to do. I was going to record a bit when you were washing the car, if I got down to your house. The phone, that phone now, it's good with recording. Like, it's good with good with video.
Probably cool, yeah.
And I have my yoke. Actually, I'll show you the yoke. Actually, I don't even ever have before. So I was playing around with it. I was playing around with my iPhone, right, first, because my iPhone is a lot lighter.
Yeah.
And the only problem with my own phone, and why I want to wait until I get my new one, is because the case. The case on this, I don't think I can show you. Hold on, let's see. Show you what it kind of looks like without taking the whole phone apart. Look, basically, it's a fake OtterBox. It's a cheap version, right? So there's a cover on and the cover inside of it, and they all clip together. This is a nightmare. It doesn't fit in this. It doesn't actually fit in this.
Because they're really bulky, aren't they?
Yeah. So I'm waiting until my new phone. I'm waiting until my new phone.
Basically,
what are you saying?
It's basically like it's an inside cover and then another cover fucking goes over it again.
Yeah. And the lads now got for Christmas now phones, right? They also got a phone cover that I actually got from, and it's kind of like, it looks like this, but it's only one cover that goes over. It's really it's not bulky, but it's nice fit. But they also have a thing here for resting.
It's probably a bit like mine, if you can see that. That's a cover. You can see it.
No, the ones they have now is a lot thicker than that.
Yeah, but look, it is quite thick.
Yeah, I'll show you this now. You actually joined at the right time when I'm showing my new thing that I bought. So this thing, right? If I stuck that in here, one, it's not going to fit, and if I do force it to fit, it actually burns the battery out of this here, because the phone can't. Phone is going like this the whole time. The minute I take it out of this, it's grand. I can play around with it. I was walking around my house with the fucking yoke, record and test it and everything. But the problem is, because my phone was broken before, I know how easy it is for it to break. You know what I mean? It was only literally a drop, not even the whole length of me, nearly. How do I say it then? So if you guys can see, I was walking like this and the phone fell. You know what I mean? It's only my waist, right? And I'm not tall. I'm about 5'7". So the phone didn't, fall that much. But I hit a certain way, the whole screen, and broke the whole lot. So I know if I took it out of that case, and if I was outside, I'm fucked with this. You know what I mean? If it falls outside, that's it. The phone's gone. That's it. Bye.
I was going to say, what is your phone?
It's a Samsung Galaxy S9.
Ah, fuck. I have an
Why?
S10. I have an S10 and I have a shitload of covers for it. Could
Yeah, but
they
is
fit
it
your
normal
phone?
S10?
It's an
Is it normal
S10.
S10? It's
I
not the
think it's an
Plus.
S. No, it's not Plus. I think it's an S10E, maybe, or something. Don't know. I got it off my father. I didn't even buy it. Like, he got an upgrade, so I just took it. I'm not really one for phones,
Yeah.
but I know it's
This
a
one now,
Samsung S.
I only have this case, right?
S10.
And you can see already it's falling apart. Like the whole thing is like falling apart. It doesn't even, like when you clip it together, right? It's so falling apart that if I don't put the clips on a certain way, there's only 2 clips holding the phone together, and then the cover going over it. Put that way. But yeah, this is the yoke anyway. I know it's a bit loose at the moment. I was kind of playing around with it, so I didn't lock it in place. But that's the yoke I'll be using for streams. Well, hopefully, if I can get used to it. But the problem is, it's my phone. It's my phone and my case because the case is so broken. It takes ages for it to get the case back on together because there's only 2 clips.
Yeah,
So if I
that's what I'm
was
saying.
outside,
Yeah,
if I was outside and take the phone apart and put it back together, I'm going to end up breaking the phone or slipping the phone. The phone is
that's what I'm saying.
really slippery.
Yeah, it's not just a matter of taking your phone out
Out.
and then putting
It's
it
like a
back in when
fucking
you're finished.
jigsaw puzzle. I have to put the phone back together. No, I can't wait to get a new upgrade because doing my head in. Because I wake up some days now. There's no automatic brightness because I fucking hate automatic brightness. I think it ruins the battery of the phone because there are temperatures. The screen's always going up and down. It's always kind of reading that way. I have my phone really strict now where, like, I find my phone if I put on a certain picture, it would burn the battery or make the phone really hot or something. Yeah,
I didn't know the auto brightness and dip does affect your battery that much.
Anything like that has all that look has a catch, right? Same as our wallpaper. Right? The black saves battery because it shuts down all the pixels in the phone.
Yeah, it hasn't got the backlight on it or something.
Yeah. Right. If I had a normal picture on that, right, and I left it alone, I'd burn the fucking battery out of it.
Yeah.
My fucking TV's gone off. I was trying to charge up the controller. What else do I have? I have loads of stuff on it that's kind of I don't like you probably saying with your phone, it lights up when all this lights up when it's ringing or texting or whatever. I have that turned off because that could be burning through my battery as well.
Yeah.
I used to go through it. I used to go through the phone would heat up through the cover. That's how hot it would get with all this shit on. So I turned that all off, and the phone doesn't burn up as much. Doesn't wear up as much. There's no day that will burn through the case and it'll come up saying a battery warning on the yoke that the phone's overheating. But other than that,
does that. Yeah.
But since I done all this shit, what?
Well, the thing with mine is, say if I'm out washing the car or something, then the spray back off the power washer, my phone's in my pocket, and then say I'll go to charge it. If it's low, but like if it needs charging, I'll go charge it, and you put the charger in, it starts fucking vibrating, beeping at you, saying moisture has got into your charging port or unplug or whatever.
It's the same as like I don't trust this phone anymore, right? I don't trust this phone since I broke at that time. Now they say, oh, if you bring it to us, we'd be grand, and the waterproof would stay on the phone because we do all this and that. I don't trust that. And I don't trust it more because I don't have insurance on it. So imagine me putting that in the shower. You know what I mean? Goodbye, phone. See you after. No, I can't get rid of it. I don't know when I'm getting rid of it because I'm trying to save up for wheels and I'm trying to save up for everything. But I know that would probably put a hole in my pocket.
I'm saving up for a Fiesta.
Buy my wheels where they're at.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, if I get me.
Hire me. I'll deliver to your restaurant. I'll deliver for your restaurant. We'll all get paid together. I'll get my wheels by summer.
I'm not even that fussed.
I'm praying. I'm actually praying. I'm praying by the middle of summer I'll have my wheels. I'm praying.
I'm also
praying that fucking happens either.
Yeah, no, I'm praying by the middle of summer to have my little fiesta.
Because if something happens to the car and I have to pay it out, that's it. That's the savings that I'm doing for the wheels are gone, and have to start all over again. That's the problem. I don't really have the savings bit. Like I don't have a savings account or anything like that. So people think that I have more. Like if they were, none of their business anyway. But whatever I have is whatever I spend every day. So me saving for the wheels, someone else has to sacrifice, and that's me driving. It's me burning diesel, so I'm not burning diesel. That's why the car only has 1,000 kilometers on it, 1,800 kilometers on it, like, because I'm not driving it because of that reason. Because I want to save up and get these fucking yokes and get moving on. Someone else has to sacrifice for it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's all great and dandy when you're working, but when you're not working and you can't work, or you have an issue, or you have a problem, or you have something that's kind of slowing you up to get to that part, it's just shit.
I know, it's fucking annoying.
And I was talking to Adam as well about the suspension, and he said you can ring him up, but he said AXA shouldn't with AXA you shouldn't need to declare your springs once nothing else has changed. Once everything else is the same, so your factory shocks, factory everything. But the minute you touch your exhaust, you have to declare it. Because if you go into a crash, you're fucked. Your insurance will get up skyrocket because they wouldn't have known about your exhaust if you crashed the car.
I thought insurance though was only performance mods.
Yeah, but
like engine mods that literally
even an exhaust will get you do an exhaust. That'll give you an extra 1 or 2 horsepower, and that 1 or 2 horsepower they'll want. That's a stupid thing. It's fucking stupid. Like it is fucking stupid. Because I was telling Adam, I said, look, even if I do the exhaust right and keep everything right, keep the back box, keep all that right, literally just rework it that it's coming out the back of the car. And he said, no, you'll have to declare it the minute you do it. And any modification, once the minute you touch, even me putting. Remember, I was going to do the other mod I was going to weld tips of my exhaust and bring them back. So I wouldn't have to do the whole exhaust. Literally weld the new tips onto that exhaust and bring them back. He said that technically that comes down to as a modification to an exhaust because they're technically working on it and you still need to declare it. Because it can still gain your horsepower. It's still messing with the horsepower of the car. It's still messing with the that side of the car. Like, you still have to declare it, even if I welded it. The only one that you don't have to declare is if you put the caps on your exhaust. So basically having the factory exhaust and just putting a cap over to make it chrome. That's the only thing you can, because that's when you cap down, you literally screws onto your exhaust. You're not drilling through it. But what's the fucking point of that? I just don't get this whole insurance crap. I mean,
well, I've had a lot of cars. Not gonna lie, I've had 30-something cars since I started driving, and a lot of them have had exhausts on them and shit like that. Never once have I ever declared that on my insurance. So
see, I'm in the risk.
I know it's on change now. Like,
see, I know I'm not really saying that it will happen, but because I was in a crash before, and there's so much hassle in it, and I couldn't, like, say, if you were in a crash and you got the car home, like you could then change it around, and then that's just anyone that's on YouTube, I'm not giving you any tips, but basically, if you're able to prove and you have your car back to stock, then you're grand. It's the part that if you crash the car and you done your airbox and then you done your exhaust and both of them are not declared, chances are you're not going to have an insurance with it the following morning.
Well, you will, but it'll probably be done up fucking 8 times the amount of what you work in.
And because I was in a crash before, I know how to deal with it. They don't even let you move the car anymore. The guards will come. The guards will come when you have an accident with the car, right? If you try and get it out, you can't. The guards will come up and then they have the car going up on the truck then. You don't have any way around.
That's only if you call the guards, though.
Anyone can call guards. That's the problem. That's the
what I'm
problem.
saying.
That's the problem with it,
Because I had an accident. I flipped my car 3 times.
Yeah, but that's you.
I got.
That's not someone driving into the back of you.
That's what I'm saying. If you have an accident, that's, say you fucking smash into a ditch, touch wood, you don't. Yeah. It's terrible. Like, it's fucking horrible. Like, I wouldn't advise anyone that is watching, don't ever try flip your car because it's not fun. But yeah, I didn't call the guards. Me and a few of the lads, we just flipped her back over and then towed it back up to one of the lads' house. And then, the way it was is I didn't fucking even tell my insurance company because the car was fucked. So I literally I scrapped the car and just picked up another car for a couple of €100. It's the only way to save your insurance, though.
Yeah, when your one crashed into the back of my Jeep that time, you have to describe the whole lot. Now I was asleep when this all happened, so I woke up. The car was down the road, smashed up. The wheel was underneath the Jeep, and then we had to ring up and we had to draw out where the car was, what way was it pushed, what way is it crashed, what way is the car, blah 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 blah. I was able to go on my end because there was no sign there to not park the car. So my car was literally parked on, say, on the side of the road outside someone's house, outside my ex's house.
Yeah.
My car was there visibly saying she definitely was drunk driving, even when she didn't prove it. Guaranteed she was drunk driving. Nobody drives at 4 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
And the pub near up the road, And she's a well-known alcoholic. Not saying any names, but
there you go. That says it all.
Yeah. And she plowed into the back of my car, and how she walked home and left the scene of the crime is beyond me.
Sure.
Guards even told me how fast she was going by looking at the car.
Yeah.
Her car was only lit Astra. So anyone that doesn't know Vauxhall Astra, if you're living in England, if not, they're shit car. How shit it is, she hit my car, none of the airbags on her end went off. That's how shit it is. Even when there is airbags, there's airbags on her passenger, on her steering wheel. None of them went off because we changed. But she hit about 100, 120. How she didn't fly through the windscreen was probably what saved her.
She obviously had enough sense to put her fucking seatbelt on.
But I know how the insurance works. Now that's probably another factor as well. Even if I was doing this, I know my father would say, "Look, do it the right way." But then it comes down to two of price. Now I could agree with my father because it lands on my birthday and they paid for it, but I would never add things onto it unnecessarily if I didn't have to. But I could, if I knew, let's say it was like an extra €100 or €200, I could say, look, I get it done, I'll give you the €200 every year when there's insurance. I could do that. But if it starts racking up to fucking €400 or €500, no, it's not even worth it.
No. Yeah, sure. That's what I'm saying. You have to think about all these things before you mod your car.
It's not just that, the bumper as well.
Yeah.
The bumper have to be. I'm guessing the bumper doesn't have to be declared, right? Because only a bumper. You're just adding the exhaust on it. No, you have all the right fittings and everything.
It's only performance mods. So
you change anything to. That's what he said. Anything to do with the exhaust it is an exhaust modification, obviously. And even if you do everything by factory, put in the factory box, or not the factory box, but you get another factory box that has the 2 pipes on, like the GTD, for example. That's what I was thinking of to do, or the other way, where it had 2 pipes going at the center. Either one, but keeping everything else. I said, look, let's say I didn't care about noise, and I just wanted everything factory still, just the exhaust from it. He still says it's a factory, it's still an exhaust mod because they're still taking it off to change it. Or you're still adding things on to change it. You could change you could change the performance of the car. You could change the way the tune is, or what way or why they have it designed that way.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, literally, the only thing you have to declare on your insurance as far as modifications to a car is engine performance. Well, if it just say for instance, my car is fucking 116 brake horsepower, fucking from the factory, and I put a fucking, I don't know, like you said, the GTD. I put a full fucking GTD exhaust system on it, and it gives me an extra 2 brake horsepower. So now I'm running 118 brake horsepower. Then yeah, you do have to declare it because it's after making your car more powerful. So it's gonna affect the way your car drives because it's gonna be. I know you probably wouldn't even notice an extra fucking 2 horsepower in fucking torque or whatever, but do you know
So
what
I
I
love
mean?
to know. I love to know how much it is because my insurance is so low. Like mine is extremely low. Now it is for how long I've been driving. Let's say, right, but it's extremely low for 150 brake for someone that never drove a 150 brake ever. Like I always stuck around. Like I had. I'll even explain, right? I think I explained it before anyway. But I had the 95 in the Fiesta, 67 in the Peugeot, 116 in the Audi, and 116 or 15, whatever they calculate it, but I know it's the same engine in the
yeah.
Golf. And then all of a sudden, I jumped to 150 brake, and my insurance goes down instead of up. So what
But
does that
see,
say when it's adding?
yeah, but you see, they go on the value of the car as well.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? So like
The
when
value of the car. That's the thing. The value of the car is higher on that one than it is on a Max 7.
but that's what I'm saying. So they think, right, this fella's driving a higher value, expensive car. He, I don't know, whatever it is about the insurance
Yeah.
company, they think you're less likely to drive like a fucking idiot because you're driving around a car that's worth like 20 odd 30 grand. They think he's not going to be a fucking dick, like, because he's not going to want to crash that, like, do you know what I mean? So because I literally, I'll give you a prime example now. I went from driving
The Mark 4.
no,
No.
it's when I got my Beamer. What was I driving before I got my Beamer? I think it was a Civic. It was a 1.6 VTEC Civic. It was only a single cam VTEC, wasn't twin cam, but it was a 5-door. So that's how my insurance was cheap enough on a VTEC because it was a 5-door, so it was classed as a family car.
Yeah.
So, but my insurance, I then went from that to a 2010 2-litre 116 brake BMW 316D, and my insurance dropped down to 500 quid a year on a 2-litre turbo diesel BMW, like, where it was like 800 quid. 800 quid on the Civic, like, so that's a drop of fucking 300 quid. But it's because the Civic was an 03, the BMW was a 2010. So the BMW was worth about fucking 10 or 11 grand at the time, where the Civic was worth fucking about 500 or 600 quid. Like. So
it's that in the year.
I don't know.
It's that in the year.
As well. Because fucking, if you say, for instance, Honda Civics are so expensive to insure.
Yeah.
You still there?
I'm still here. You're the one breaking up.
You're after freezing them.
You were freezing up my head as well. I'm still here anyway. Just want to check. Just want to see. Let me make sure this. Yeah. Oh, you're gone. You're gone. It's gone. Andy left me. Fuck's sake. But anyway, like I said, the announcement, what I said before, is that it might be changing to either the Thursday or the Saturday, and he's back. Welcome back.
Oh, no way. And you were like scratching your head like this for fucking age. He's like, what's he doing?
You went on my screen. You went bing, that was it, and then said, Andy left me. And then I went on about just making sure announcements, and I went.
No, I was there talking away for ages about my whole BMW and fucking all this crack, and I just looked at you and you were just there like that. And I was like, he's froze. What's going on?
Yeah, you were frozen my end too. I wonder what actually I want to actually know my speed test is the I won't do it now while I'm live, but I'll do it anyway.
But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, your insurance is affected by the value of the car as well. Like the higher the value of the car, the less your insurance is going to be. It's always great.
That car is. You'd have a fright if you knew how much it was.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why your insurance is so low, because the car is worth so much.
What happened, right? If you're, let's say you went in and bought a car, right, and you rang up your insurance and you were changing your insurance over to the car, right? They asked you. They always ask you the value of the car anyway.
Yeah.
And you said, "Oh, it was 30 grand, and the car was actually worth 35 grand." How does that affect you? If you forgot how much it was, how does that affect you? Or does it affect you at all?
It affects, say, the payout value. So say if, God forbid, touch wood, you were in an accident in that car and you have the car down as 30 grand, and they when you have an accident, they literally want to know everything. They want to know the colour of your piss. They want to know fucking everything. Like, they'll really look into it and they'll find out, right, this car wasn't worth 30 grand, it was worth 25 grand. So then say, right, we'll pay out 10 grand. We'll pay them out 10 grand, as opposed to, say, if the car was actually worth 30 grand.
That's what they actually pay out anyway. That's literally what they pay out. That's what happened to the Jeep. Actually, no.
All right. Well, I'm just using that for an example. Like.
Yeah. But they actually don't pay out that much. When I had the crash with the Jeep was 35 grand, right? When the crash happened, they only gave me 2 grand. No, they gave me 7.
Yeah.
That was it. 7.
Yeah, well, I think I think they only give you like a third of the value of the car anyway. If you're in an accident, they have an excess rate of like.
But no, that car out there now is. I think Mum was saying that. I think she put on the wrong. Either that or they correct it. I think they do it and they correct it as well. They probably look up they have the VIN number anyway and they can correct it. Well, I think he said it was 36 that you put down, but the car was actually 38. That's some jump, like. That's jump what, and you know what's on the car, basically nothing compared to what I had in the black one. Robin Kunz. 38 grand and I had hookups and wheels. That was the case. I should be getting a red carpet. Diamond wheels. That one. The only diamonds I have now is the Doyster on my fucking air caps. They actually look nice compared. They do bring out the wheel. I just don't like the fucking wheel itself, but they do bring it out. They bring something to look at instead of looking at that ugly fucking mess they have.
Like I was telling you the other day, I threw the purple one that I had. Obviously, bought them ages ago for the Mark 4 Golf that I had. So I was doing like purple and black kind of theme. And I found them a couple of weeks ago and I just said, fuck it, I throw them onto the Mark 7. Did
you put any grease on them? They always say to put grease. I never put actually grease on mine. I don't think I actually have any grease. They usually say to put small but not load now. Because it'll put load and lock the fucking thing on it. But tiny bit of grease. Freeze to it.
Yeah, no, I didn't put none of it. But like I was saying to you there yesterday or the day before, they're hardly purple anymore. They're nearly silver. Because obviously from washing the car or whatever, I don't know.
And then stone. Probably the stones hitting off it. Do you ever
Trouble,
actually
yeah.
get hassle? Actually, you did have hassle. You had your brakes fucking squeaking at you. Yeah, no point me asking that. I was going to say, did you ever have any hassle with stones with them? The stones flicking off them and going into the wheel and making that noise every time you drive.
Yeah,
But I forgot you did have that problem.
I had that about a month ago. I thought my fucking pads were gone, and I was like, no,
I think
pads
they
are
do
grand.
affect them. I think they do affect them. Now, I probably won't see it in that car because there's too much alloy. They won't get into it. But when I had the old car, I think it was because I changed the dust caps to them silver ones. And when I was driving on the road, then on the boat, the fucking the Campbell Road, stones then bounce off and go into the brake pants. That's what gives it nice. I think that's what it is. I think one of the lads was telling me it does that. They can bounce off.
Well, I didn't have these dust caps on the car when that fucking stone. I think it's just literally just fucking roads around here. Because council are out every single day, just fucking throwing lumps of fucking chippings and holes and tapping it with a shovel and then fucking off like. So like the fucking pothole is back the fucking following day with fucking cars driving over. So all the chippings are just fucking coming back out the hole and cars are driving over it. Like. So
I'm saying that now about the windscreen. Forgot about that. Forgot I have chips in my windscreen. I'm only hoping now to get them repaired.
I have a little chip in my windscreen now that on the passenger side. I've had it for ages though, to be honest.
Yeah, mine's a long time now. Mine's since Limerick, but I know it probably won't do that. Translate.
Yeah.
Translating. Oh,
Yeah,
here we go.
My ma's car now, she got a fucking nasty fucking. It's a big ass chip, like it's about fucking that size.
Yeah. If it's that size, definitely. Usually they say it's 10. What they say, 10-cent coin or something, and you can get repaired. You can get the lads to come out to your house or something.
Yeah, the auto glass lads, they come out and put the gel fucking filler stuff in it. Yeah.
That's what I think I can do with mine. But I think with two of them, if you have two chips on your window, you can't get it filled. You have to get replaced. I think. But your one now, where you're saying your mother's one, yeah, she'll have to get.
Oh, my ma's is like fucking that size, like it's fucking massive. She said she drove past a lorry the other day and literally just, she said it literally went like, that's what it sounded like, and she got fucking frightened. She looked over and passenger side.
Your man in New Ross, he's good. I went to him before. I had the Jeep. Was Jeep? Yeah. It was a Jeep. I had a chip in my windscreen. I came back. I can't remember what was coming back. I think I was coming back from New Ross, actually, before the new bridge opened up. This was actually with the Jeep anyway, because the bridge was only being built. But the lorry fucking came back the other way, and he went over the white line and gathered every fucking stone in the country and fucked up my windscreen because the windscreen was in bits. I went up to your man in New Ross. He brings into the office. You ring the insurance, tell him what happened, tell him what happened. And that's it. Then he just takes the car and replaces the windscreen. But your man is in by
Sid's Diner there, isn't it?
No, it's not anywhere near Diner. It's up from, if you're coming from Waterford into New Ross, but you're not going over the new bridge. You're going up the old way, and you're going past remember that old petrol garage on your right hand side there? It used to be a car place, but I think your man ended up fucking getting caught by selling cars, or I can't remember what it was, but you go past there in the industrial estate, and I think there's the delivery places in there as well, for postage. But he's in that industrial estate anyway. There's there's windscreen repair in there. He's man, like, but that was a long time ago now.
Well, I've never really had hardship with windscreens, thank God. Like again, I say, touch wood.
Because when I had the Jeep, I said never again. I touched wood. Went out with that car and fucking got chipped in. Does my look like?
Yeah.
They skipped over that one. They couldn't have went on to the black one when they were giving it away. There you can have the fucking windscreen that's falling apart. There you have it.
It's handy to have windscreen cover on your insurance as well.
Even when I think it only costs you about
It's like an
£200.
extra. Yeah, I think it's an extra €30 a year or something is all it costs you. I think that's all it cost me anyway, an extra €32 a year or something is all it costs. So
Yeah, I think they say it's around €200 or €300 to get it done. And they used to do it. I don't think they do it anymore. I remember a long time ago when I was actually small, my father got it done. But they didn't. They used to come to your house and do the whole repair, take off the windscreen, everything in your driveway.
yeah, they
But I
did.
never seen it anymore.
Yeah, I got a windscreen done like that before. I came home from work one evening and the auto glass fellas came out with their fucking suction cups and their wire, took out all the rubber suction cups, took out the old lump of new and then tape and all. Told me not to drive the car for about an hour. And then after that then they said just leave the tape on for the rest of the day and then take it off some stage tomorrow. Sorted that.
If I wouldn't mind that, if it came out, like you just ring them up and you just go through the insurance that way, or you go through the insurance anyway. You ring the insurance before you go to the place, and you make sure. Then, and usually then they just say, "Look, we'll have someone over."
Because I remember they used to call out enough.
I funny thing that's why wait's going to come out to that car out there, because if I was going to get in someday and he's going to see all the marks on the window and then he's going to say, "Yeah, windscreen." And then everything, I don't, the sticker, the tax disc, everything will be ripped off, because if they come and do that, that'll be the time then, banner. Volkswagen banner across the top window. Because I had my luck with the fucking back one, now I'm going for the top one. Because the effort that fucking hardship I had to try and get that sticker on. The hardship I had sticking it on, and then, the hardship of putting it on, I drove to Limerick. I drove up to Limerick, came back, had the crack on the window. That's the look I have.
But at least it's still on. You're talking about your bad luck. Mine lasted all.
That's. I'm still have to do a power wash with that first.
Yeah, mine lasted all of fucking 2 days.
I'm
gonna fucking start.
Mine's wet. I think mine's. It's stuck on now by heat, because I don't think it's only 1 or 2 air bubbles. That's it. The whole thing. There's only air bubbles are like that size. You know what I mean? You can nearly probably you probably can pinch it with a pin and you probably let it out.
Oh, literally mine, like I said, I put it on. It was grand one day, then the following day it was pissing rain. So I had my wipers on full blast for most of the day that I was driving. Came out the following day then and noticed it was starting to peel up. So I literally just grabbed it like that. And I have no nails. I just grabbed it and the yoke literally just came off the windscreen. Like you seen, it took me like 2 seconds to get the fucking thing off. Like, so it's literally just.
I think you should get the banner. I think you should get the banner as well, but it's something like. Well, obviously, what I'm getting now, both of us will have the same sticker if that was the case, but something like mine, like something has Volkswagen, but either that or either say in Volkswagen just have motorsports ripped, like stretching across the windscreen.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Adams there, to be honest. The Excite tuning he has.
Yeah, he just took that on because everybody has them. Like I seen the Audi have it today.
Oh, all fucking any diesel car that you see, any Passat or Jetta or Audi.
Is it a diesel group or something? The X.
Yeah, it's a mapping company. Excite. The Excite tuning. They're called motor tuning. It's called.
Yeah, but so he's getting. Obviously, I told you.
Cars and all that.
Like I said, I told you about doing this one trip. Know where his sticker is? His windscreen. His sun strip is not going to be stuck. It's not going to be at the level of that sticker. It's going to be halfway down the windscreen.
Fucking hell. Is he getting a tinted one?
He's getting a banner. He said that it was tinted, and then he said it was a banner, but yet it's going inside the window. I don't know. But either way, he has to move his dash. He's going to have to move his dash cam down because dash cam's not going to see through it.
Yeah, it's probably a tinted banner because that's just the name they put on them. Whether it's tinted or it's an actual like fucking just stick on fucking. They
Yeah,
call them banners now. It's not really sun strips anymore. Sun
yeah.
strips is literally if you get your car from factory with
Tinted.
a factory tinted sun strip that's only like that length down the windscreen.
Yeah.
That's a sun strip. Whereas what us boy racers, as everyone labels us as, we get banners.
Yeah. I still want that DB Dailies one, but where the windscreen is now, I don't know. See the DB Dailies one now, right, with the cutout with the DB Dailies written on it, and the dub life underneath it would look nice. The problem is
Yeah.
the size, because I need mine about that size. Like I don't need I don't need it big. That's what I was saying. If I got the banner, the sticker going across, because it's a perfect length in the text, it wouldn't really matter. Like it looks nice when
No.
you're inside, when you peep inside his car and look up at the window. It looks nice because it's filling in that gap. But then obviously the guards are not going to say anything for a sticker that's on your windscreen.
That's what I'm saying. As long as it's not a fucking banner
that's
like
the thing,
halfway
right?
down your windscreen
That's
like that.
that's the thing, right? That bothers me, right? Is that you can put a sticker on your windscreen, right? Halfway down the fucking window, the guards don't say anything, right? The minute you put tint on it, or put a banner, or put anything on it, they have something to say. Even when the sticker has parts in the sticker that you won't be able to see through.
I know, it's fucking stupid. They just, I don't know, do me head. Pardon me. They do me fucking head in. Because I wouldn't mind, you do come across some fucking sound guards and they're actually look at your car and think, oh yeah, you have it looking well and all this sort of stuff. But then you come across these pig of fucking guards and think, oh, you're wrecking a fucking nice car. What the fuck is that? You're
When that actually, I don't think he has it up on story, but he's on TikTok, right? So he put his car up on TikTok. Now his car's unreal, right? It's an A4, but it's bagged and it has his custom exhaust, but they're 4 tips like coming at the back. And some fella commented said, look, the state of this, why couldn't you have a factory? Why do you have these 4 tips on it? That didn't come from factory or something to do with factory anyway. But he was giving out that the car was modified. Why couldn't you just keep a factory like? You're ruining your car. Those kind of things. But you had a big row on the fucking yoke. A row doesn't need to happen like. But your man just fucking 40, he's fucked.
Yeah, mind your own fucking business. Like, it's his car, he can do it, honestly.
If the car was on pink wheels and floated in the dark, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Still, at the end of the day, fuck it. It's his car. He can do whatever he wants with it.
But no, I think
it's like I always say to you, like I with my cars, I do up my cars. Well, kind of do them up. I do them up as much as I can, and then obviously, if I can afford to do stuff, I do it. But I do it to my taste and my liking. Like, I couldn't really give a fuck what anyone else thinks. Like, if I put purple wheels on my car, like fucking glowy fucking purple wheels on my car, and I liked it, I couldn't give a shit what anyone else thinks.
That's the disconnect though in everything, because I follow on a page now that used to do cars back in the day, like old Corsas, old Fiestas, all of them, right? And I mean they're right to fuck, right? But in the back of the day, I used to like it. That's what I used to like. I used to like Saxos done up to the fucking things, and might have Tesco's fucking alloys on, like, you know what I mean? That. But I think that whole taste now is gone, where you have to set a certain route, and if that certain route doesn't work, everybody hates you, and you're left in the dark. Like same with the car outside, like, you know what I mean? I'm the only person that's in the car scene that has a new car. But yet it shouldn't be, not that it shouldn't be the case, that's not what I'm on about. What I'm on about is I shouldn't be getting the fucking backlash.
No, exactly. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, doesn't matter you have an old car, you have a new car. Like, I'm forever saying this to people. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, people could have their cars done up a way that they really like their cars, and I might not really like the look of it, but I still respect it because I know they're into cars like I am. They've just done their car the way they like it, and I do my car the way I like it. I'm not going to go up to their face and say, oh, what the fuck did you do that to your car for? You ruined it. Like, even if I am thinking that, I think, he's ruined that car. I'm not going to go up and tell chap and say, yeah, no, fair play to you, respect you. Like, you obviously like your car that way. That's fine. I respect that. Like, so.
That's why with the new one now, with the whole fucking sticker. That's it. I don't know what it is, but the sticker suits it. I'll actually email myself that sticker. Not the sticker, the fucking front of the car. I edited it as well to see what way it will come out, and it comes out even nicer again. If I can get it up. If I can get it up now. My phone.
I don't know. See, I'm in a bit of a predicament now, to be honest.
With the Fiesta.
Yeah, because I really want a Fiesta, but then I know when I get a Fiesta, that's where all my money's gonna go, which isn't a bad thing, because at the end of the day, no, well, I don't want to end up broke, but well, to be honest, I'm not gonna fucking end up broke, because obviously the Fiesta I'd love is a Mark 7 ST Fiesta, obviously, but I know I can't afford that. So, like, I'm settling for any fucking Fiesta at all. Obviously, I'd love a 3-door Fiesta, but if it comes to it that I can get a 5-door Fiesta, I don't give a shit either. A Fiesta doesn't matter. So, but like, I know it's not gonna break me, because at the end of the day, it's only fucking 1.2 fucking petrol. You know what I mean? Like, it's cheap to tax, cheap to insure, cheap to run, because it's 1.2 petrol. They're right little yokes on petrol. So I'll probably be spending less on petrol on the fucking Fiesta than I actually am on the fucking Golf. On these.
Wait, pictures now. I just like the way. I know I showed you the pictures already, but I did edit them. And it's what way the car ends up being. It's nice. It looks nicer with this than it does without it. Like, if you imagine this car without the sticker, not this one now. This another one, but this one here. If you imagine that without the fucking sticker, it looks alright, meh. But if you imagine with the sticker, I just like it.
No, it does. It's like I always say to everyone, it's the little things that I find make most of the difference.
If you got like DB Daily banner going across there, just a small one. Going across there that had the written on it. You know what I mean? So I had the breakup for the sensor. It looked nice. Because you wouldn't even see the DB Daily because it's cut out banner. It's not like it's text written on it. You know,
it's cut into it. It's cut into it. It's not like a sticker laid on top of it.
So I think that bouncing off that would look nice. And have the point then kind of like the point then being you to look down, if you get me, because it won't be down that far anyway. So I'll have the little point on how much I like it or not. But I think it'll give it kind of like, this is kind of aligned with this then.
Yeah. No, it would look nice.
I'll show you the other yoke I'm looking at. And do you remember I was going on about plates before and how they stick onto the car? And this yoke I might buy. I'm thinking of it. What's that now? What's the beep? Anyway.
Oh man.
Must be this chat thing that's down here. But this is it. Yeah. These are the things. And they basically put your plate in here, and that part then comes apart, and you screw this to your car, and you screw that onto it then. So basically, you would put that against your car, right? So this thing against your car. So this rubber little thing. And then that'll kind of go there, and then there'll be a screw hole here, and you screw it into the car, let's say, where the screw holes go.
Yeah.
And then when it's on the car, then you would then. I'm trying to see there's a video. I'm not gonna play the video, but you can see where the clip's going, and then the plate is that. Then again, but he said he said it only works with plastic plates. Doesn't work with It doesn't work with the press plates, which I don't have anyway. I never really liked press plates anyway, because if they bend, they're fucked. You know what I mean? If they bend in a certain way, they're very hard to bend back. Like, only great when I have them in with they're only great when I had them in the show plates, because if they bend it, who gives a fuck? And it was good when it was on the the windscreen because you can bend them a certain way that didn't fall through the windscreen either. But these are that anyway. So that's I'm thinking of buying. It's just
the only thing about that is you're still making holes in your bumper, you know.
No, it's the original holes. It's the original holes that you put in your car. No, when I take off the surrounds and you have the holes on your bumper, it's them. That's what you're using.
You don't have any holes in your bumper, do you?
I do. How would I hold my plates in the first place?
I don't know. You can't notice them in any pictures you send me with the plate off, I know.
Yeah, if I... Where's the picture now?
They must be tiny.
They're really tiny. They're tiny on picture. I'm trying to see, do I have a picture now with plates? And you have to really zoom in. I'll try and zoom in on this phone. Okay, yeah. Here. There's holes because how would the surrounds go on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The things are not stuck on. That was the other thing I was going to do was magnets, but when I was looking up magnets, you have to put magnets behind your bumper or they don't stick. And I'm not doing that because I'll end up having fucking magnets circles on my car and the paint's going to shit.
Well, the magnets wouldn't do, anyway, because the bumper's plastic.
Yeah, but you have to. Yeah, you have to have something on the opposite side. So more than likely, you have to stick them onto the fucking plate. Just stop share. Show you now where the holes are. Now the only thing, the only thing that might or might not work with this is the fact that the front plate will be raised with the holes because where the holes are placed. With the surround, right? The surrounds are dropped. So the screws are going up on top, left and right? And that's grand. But when you have this, they have to be center on the hole. And there's no drop. You just have the plate going there. So it might raise up the plate, so it might not work. I don't know.
So your plate could be like about that much above your top bumper, that kind of thing. Say on the grill.
So if I go right in, there's the hole. There's the other hole. There's the holes now. There. So there's where I'm saying. So my plate will stick. It won't actually work because my plates it'd be stuck here. They'd be stuck on the corner here. My plate would be actually here instead of here. Yeah, that's not going to work.
You're supposed to be sharing that. Because not sharing that, I can see it.
Oh shit! I better not show my plates anyway. But to remind me. You have to remind me. Okay.
Well, it's not on the screen anyway. It wasn't shared because you were saying to see them. They're there and there.
Show my plates anyway by accident.
Yeah.
Now they're not going to work. See where the holes are now.
I see them.
They're not going to work because I need the plates. I need the holes actually down here to make them work.
Yeah, because basically your plate would nearly be fucking
here.
A little bit here. Up at the badge.
Yeah. It'd be here.
Yeah. It'd be going across the badge. Yeah.
Fucking
it wouldn't work. You'd have to fucking make newer holes. Just a bit lower than them ones.
Oh shit. Yeah. See, is it easy to make, what's the process of making new holes? New screw holes, It's just a screw in and that's it. Someone just getting a drill and just going into the bumper, or is there part inside the hole that you need to actually get the grooves of the screw?
Literally get a drill, go in, get another drill, go in, and then get
what I'm nearly tempted is to, do you know where the holes are?
Yeah.
Get them filled, right? Move the holes down. So move them down as much as they can. So getting the same effect as what I was getting before, where the plate was kind of hanging, not really hanging off the grill, let's say, but make it look like it is. And then put that thing that I was showing you onto them. But even if I didn't, even if I got the surrounds, it would still look like the plate is lower than it is. Because you could drop it down even more with the surround.
Yeah. I'm saying you wouldn't literally, I only seen those fucking holes now because you zoom in.
All I do is I cover up the plate and I'll send it over because I don't like it. So I'll show you what I mean. If I just get rid of this for a second, right? Go back. Can I make this skinnier? So, yeah. Fucking phone. Okay, that'll do. So you'll be able to see the whole place without actually fucking winding up. I'll show you what I mean on the picture. So if I drill new holes, right? Let's say I did. I'll show you what I mean. Because where this is, it's the things where pads were kind of stuck onto the rubber bit, that where the plate actually aligns with the bumper. But if I actually put the screw, the new holes up above that, I could drop the plate without actually blocking the grill. I can hack it basically. I can do a little hack, let's say. So I'll show you that now. So there's my plate, right? So my plate was sitting on the little rubber bit, a little plastic bit that's kind of down behind this grill, right? So if I put the holes here, that means the plate is going to drop here.
I can't see.
Oh, shit. I keep on forgetting to do that. Reminding me again and again. When I need a reminder for next 151 time. So
right.
If I got rid of them holes, right, and filled them, that was that. If I put new holes, let's say I put a new hole here. Actually, no. I'm going to give me a second. I'm going to try and open Photoshop and just draw in even holes. I'll open both and see which one gives me holes, like colors. That's all I need. No, don't fucking go funny now. Fuck off. I'm trying to be quick as I can. Download. No, not opens. What I was thinking of doing is just getting it and dropping it. I'm trying to see if this lets me do it now, or do I need another new Photoshop? So just give it red markers. Where's the circle? So put a circle here. No, it's a wonky fucking circle. I'll show you there now what I'm doing. So they're wonky circles, but forgive that. So I was saying, let's say there's a circle here, right? So that's screw-in. That's one screw-in, right? And then another screw-in, let's say somewhere else. So the plate drop is actually that'd be too much. That'd be literally, would it? No. It'd be
about to the first grill bit.
No, I think it'd be here. Because you have to consider too. Because the normal plate actually sits here. Sits where my cursor is now. It sits over the grill slightly. It doesn't sit all the way. There's actually a close-up. Let's see now. I'll show you what I mean. There's a close-up, but it doesn't. Yeah, the close-up is actually the close-up. That picture I have, right, where the plate is actually sitting back onto the car. The plate is sitting where the cursor is now. So if I put it on there,
you'd want
to
back
down here somewhere.
Yeah, so you'd want to maybe go between to say the red dot you have and the existing hole already.
Yeah, you want to be here.
Out there,
What would you think if I drilled new holes? Would it work?
Well, if you were going to drill the new holes there, the fucking
if I didn't go for the surrounds, right? If I went to the other yokes that I was showing you, I could then drop this down, because the plate is sitting in where the screw is. It's not sitting in the surround where it's been kind of. There is a drop, but it's not pretty much of a drop. But the screw holding the screw hole on the surround is here.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But there is a drop on the rest of the plate. So if you think of the other one is sitting here. So the red dot is actually, so the holding is actually here, let's say. So you have the whole rest of the place. There's no hanging. It'd be different if it was holding here.
Yeah.
Then you say, look, yeah, it's going to go. But no, it's going to hold here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm nearly tempted, but I won't be doing it now. Obviously. I don't think my garage would like me too much if I start drilling holes in my bumper.
Probably not.
But that'd be nice if I
lowered the plate a bit, basically.
Yeah. You're giving the effect of lowering the plate without blocking the intercooler.
Yeah.
Because anyone that doesn't know, this is, well, you can see it there, it's all fake fence. All this cross here is a fake fence. There's nothing here. Same as down here, there's nothing there, I don't think. There's only this where that chrome is. That's why when they go to wrap it, they have to take off the chrome, so they're taking off this piece here. This piece comes out, I think. You can see where the crack is anyway. But I don't know. If I put the surrounds on, put nice surrounds now. I mean, you can get surrounds that don't have a border. If you put them on, now they do, I think some of them do pop out. Some of them do intrude the plate a little bit, so it makes it pop out a little bit more, which I don't know what that is. If I got nice surrounds, even ones that just had Volkswagen Performance or Volkswagen down here, like my old ones that fit on my old car. If I got something nice that just didn't really matter, then I could do it this way because it'll drop the plate without doing too much. And it won't be doing that to the bumper, because the bumper, it'll be screwed on like it is up here. It's not doing that into the grill because it's not going to be low enough to be doing that into the grill. It'll be just in between.
Yeah, I reckon if you just got nice surrounds, it'd make a difference in it. Because even like mine now at the moment, I have the same plates that you have, like, but because it's got the fucking TNC motors fucking surround on it, I'd even just plain black ones now would do me, they'd look a lot better. But even like you were saying, the ones that
little hack for you. Little hack for you. I don't have any paint, so you seem to have paint though. Is get spray paint or black paint, get your surround and basically paint over the things on them. You know, making sure
that's what I was going to say. I was just going to spray the whole lot of them black.
Yeah.
Good
but I'm just going to go in and either go online or go in DVs. I know DVs used to have Volkswagen ones, but you'll have Volkswagen. No, they're nice as well. They have Volkswagen glass here and little thing there, but they're not matte black, they're gloss. That's the only thing. They're not pure black, let's say. They're kind of like a gloss, so they're a bit lighter again. Obviously, like I said, I had them and they didn't fit on the Mark 7 when I had it, so. But I just think if I lower them, if I got the same size of hole, same size of everything, so my screws that I already have go straight in, it'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Who would fill them now? Is a car repair place would fix them, wouldn't they? Just fill them in.
Fill them in, but then they'd probably have to. They'd have to spray it though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Same colour, code match the car. Yeah, so you wouldn't know them. They could charge you a fucking fortune for doing that. Because they could fucking end up spraying the whole fucking bumper. Like.
Well, no, I think they just patch it in. That's what we do. Not sure. I'll have to find out how they fill them.
Well, I
know the lads getting filled.
Yeah. I know now. I done my ma's bumper on her car, just white, and basically she fucking she drove up onto a curb in the bottom of the bumper, got all scraped in front, and she brought it to a garage in the quarter, €800.
Yeah, it was
It said
300.
said the whole bumper had to be resprayed.
Yeah, that
So,
when I got that, I'm not going to say too much now, but when I got the dent on the Mark 7, to get that now was a dent repair as well, so the cost did go up, but I'd say the paint was part of that because that paint alone for me was €600, but the whole lot, surprisingly enough, the whole lot was actually still €300, but it was not bad. I just don't know how much they say about these because does a whole bumper have to be done or just all you have to do is fill it in, tap it with fucking.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They were quoting my man €800 because they said the whole bumper had to be resprayed. And I done it for 15 quid.
Now the other thing I could do, right? The other thing I can do. Now they look silly, right? They will look silly. I'm going to go back on full screen. I'm going to turn off this fucking thing. The other thing I could do.
Put the plugs in. Is that?
Hold on there. Now, the two things I actually could do, because I'll have to do the same with these, right? Is if I got them the color already. If I ordered the color already and gave it to him and say, look, there's the color. Now, what would you say about price?
Yeah.
This was the other way I was going to do, was to fill them in by using just capping.
That's
Spray the caps. Spray the caps, the color, the cap. Screw in,
the color.
cap over it. They will look silly though because it would look like two dots hanging off the car, but you wouldn't really see it.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't
line up if you got the plate to line up perfect over the caps. You can either cover them or you can have them. You won't be able to see them in light, only if you're really fucking staring at it.
That's what I'm saying. If they're the same color of the car, you're not gonna fucking notice them unless you're like right up at the car, like that looking at them. So
that's the other
that'd
way.
Be it.
Instead of filling them, because
it'd be your handiest way.
Yeah, if I went to sell the car and they wanted the old look, let's say, for whatever reason it was, they wanted the old look for it, all they do is take off the caps, take out the screws, and for the old covers, the old screw covers, just cap them. You know what I mean? It's going to be hidden behind the plate. Who's going to see it? Like,
sometimes that'd be your handiest way of doing that, and probably least inexpensive way is that.
Go and run to the bathroom. I'll be back in a second.
Oh, matter.
How would you know your how would you know your screw size?
Screw size?
Obviously, I'm going to need the screw size on my car. The plates, like. If I wanted to spare, let's say, for example.
Well, do you know what Print Kings? Did you get some screws and caps with it?
Yeah, but they're obviously going to be whatever they have. I think my screws are a little bit different than them.
I don't know. I'm
nearly sure. Like, I think they're even bigger than what the fuck this is. You know, the fucking yoke, like screwdriver.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the same screws as them.
The only thing you could do is take it off and take one of the screws with you and go to a hardware shop and say, I'm looking for some of them screws.
Yeah.
Then you get the exact fucking same screws. Yeah. So that's the way to do it.
Well, I was thinking about the caps is I'm going to need 2 extra, because obviously the back doesn't matter, because what you're going to do with the back ones, you're going to leave the back ones the way they are, the front ones. But you're going to need 2 extra ones, because if you drill them the same size hole, obviously you're going to need the same size screw.
Yeah. Or you could just use those screws that you got in the
Yeah, but would
bag.
it fit? That's the thing, would it fit?
They'll fit. They'll fit the holes you make, because you just basically make the hole the size of the screws you have with the screws and the caps you got from the junk kit.
Yeah, I just see how many screws are in that actually. Let's see.
I think you do. I think I got a bag of them with caps and screws in it. Yeah. But I have this round, so it literally just popped in.
They're definitely smaller. I'm telling you now, they're when I looked at more, right? They are like screws that go into a door in your house. That's how small they are.
Yeah. But like I said, your best bet then would be just take your plate off that you have now and take the surrounding off and take one of the screws out of the surrounding, and then just go into a hardware store and just say, look, I'm looking for a fucking box of these screws. Probably going to cost you like fucking $150 or something. You have a whole box of them. So.
It's just handy to have even backups, because I always worry about the plates are out there, because I'm always wanting to take it off and take it on. But the one worry I have is the minute that screw is gone, that's fucked. Like, you know what I mean? It only takes one screw to fuck everything up.
Yeah, you'd be better off just getting a box of them. Have an endless amount than about fucking 100. So, like you said, you're constantly wanting to put your plate here or plate there and think, yeah, it looks nice there. Sure, if you have a box of screws, you can go for it. One thing then is you'll end up with
that look that I showed you is nicer. The car, it just drops it a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
The face changes. You do something like that to a car. Anyway. It's same with the Golf. Same with my old car. Done the same thing to my old car. I dropped the plate. I had to put a square plate on, and that completely changed the look. I have a square plate in there. I have an actual square plate. I might actually try it on my car to see the way the face would look.
Yeah.
But that's my old plates.
Yeah.
I want to try it on the car. It's very big. What?
Try it and see what it fucking looks like.
It's big. It's that small. Hold on, where's me? Don't have a fucking. Don't have anything. I used to have fucking. But no. Even at that, even if I did try it, where the fuck am I going to put it? You know what I mean?
Right bang in the middle.
Because they're legal. Because they're legal ones now. They're from my old car, not, by the way. Anyone that tries to Google the plates will come up as Mark 7. But if you get them and you want them legal, they have to be that size. They have to be massive. They're nearly like a fucking American plate. That's what they look like. They're kind of rectangle still.
Yeah. No, they're not like Jap plate size. Like they're bigger. They're more of a rectangle than a square. Yeah.
No, they look weird now on the Mark 7. They were so big on the Mark 7 because I had to battle with the fog lights. Because I had to battle with them. The plate was actually that much over the bumper. Let's say over, like, you have your end bumper, let's say here. The plate was sticking up. It was like that. So if any stone or a curb or anything hit the thing, bend it like that. It was so big. But I want to see it now what's like on that. Would it drop it? If I dropped it down and put it in the center, what would it look like? I'd say it'd be a very interesting look. Either a likeable look or a very horrible looking look.
Yeah. There's a little experiment for you now to try out. Take off your
plate. How would you stick it though? How would you stick it? Because I don't think you can guess around for them.
Well, that beamer that was up on the screen a minute ago on that website that you were showing me, the plate clamp thing.
Yeah, but they have the screws. They have the plate. They have the screws for that plate. Obviously, that's for that plate.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You just have to drill holes for that size of them, like
that plate is not going to fit in them clamps. Yeah, see, the plate, them clamps are all made for the German style plates, so they're rectangle. They're not square. Or you have to get American plates. Have to get American clamps to get them on. Which it'll end up going down to the route of the only way putting on your tow bar. But that has it works on some cars, not on all. That's not going to work with. That's not going to work with the size.
Yeah. No, that's a bit tricky. You could go the Velcro route, but then, like you said, you don't really trust the Velcro because it could fucking pop off at any second. Yeah. I don't know, unless you got
went off and bought something cheap. Went off and just bought regular plates, regular font, and stuck it on just see what it's like for a week. But if they flew off if they fly off, then
it obviously doesn't work. But yeah,
I know Adams, right? He has Velcro, which I have in the back of the car now. And he said they're very strong, but still, I don't know. The knowing that there's something on it that's not really secure, like screwed to the car, that's what's kind of.
Especially at the roads we have over here.
Yeah. It only takes a pothole. It literally only takes a pothole, and you rip the whole thing off. Because it how much strength you'll have in it, it only takes a bump. I know he had on the car, and I know he went through the power wash, and I know he had to drive in it. But lockdown, it's still restricted. We're not on the fucking. Try go up Kerry now. Try go up the ring of Kerry with them fucking plates and see what you get on.
Only other thing I could think of is get an actual surround for that plate.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't think there is. I don't think there is a surround for that plate. I think you just screw them on the old-fashioned way. Which, you know what I mean? That's here. That is here and there. You're going off to drill holes in the plate then. But then you have the whole thing of,
if you took that plate off, you'd have to fucking cover up those holes. And,
yeah. So I wanted quick releases. That's what I want. But then nobody makes them for the slats. The quick releases were, it would have been the old route. It would have been covering up half the intercooler. We had quick releases where the ones I was thinking of, which I thought people made already, was they clamp onto the clamp over the slat. They hold the plate there, around, blah, blah, blah. When you want them, then you press the yoke or whatever, and the clamp freeze like that and the plate comes out. Nobody made them yet, because I can't fucking Google them. Everyone's making them for the honeycomb. The honeycomb do them. They have say that's your honeycomb and there's your. This is weird fucking explainable. Basically,
like that.
Yeah. Basically, it does that with honeycomb. The honeycomb goes in, widens out. That's what stops the plate from moving.
Yeah, it's a bit like a wall plug.
You can pull them out back in.
Yeah.
With this now, I just have no idea. I thought someone made ones for slats. But I can't think of any. The only one I come with slats is the one I'm thinking of now with the whole plate thing. But now I know that's not going to work until I screw my car. But if I'm going to do that, I can just put the fucking surrounds on and make the holes really low. Same thing. I'm not getting obviously I'm not getting the plateless look.
Yeah.
But then put in your holes and then put the fucking plateless look onto it. Same fucking thing. I just don't know. This seems to be just money that I just don't have yet. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to end up having me doing that. Like, I don't know how much the paint is going to cost me. The can even.
Yeah, that could be expensive.
Like, I don't need that much because it's only like 2 caps. Only little dabbles.
The fact that you're not going to get a fucking spray can like that size, you know what I mean? It's going to be at least.
Spray can right that size.
Yeah, it's going to be at least.
I do have this, but it obviously is not for my car. It would have been handy. It would have been handy if the car was black. I do have this off my Fiesta.
Oh yeah.
That, right?
That's
That's
yeah.
black. That's Panda Black paint for tapping up your car, right? I never fucking used it. I didn't even know it existed. When I was selling the car, I found it in the glove box.
Yeah.
But I should have used it because I had patches. When I bought the car, there was like someone tried to put patches on the car and then they ended up flying off. But if the car was black, I would have done the caps on that because I wouldn't have known any different what colour it is. But if I got something like that, because that comes with little brush, so you just brush it in.
Yeah,
But
it's like just touch up.
if I got something like that had my colour, you know, fucking happy days. But the problem is, it's my colour. That's the problem. Is my colour. Because no other car has my colour, and the car is so new as well. So they might not have my car. They might have to order it. And how long is that?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know.
But we went into Halfords when we went in that time, and we were looking up all the paints and all the paints you can get. And I said, "Yeah, no point me looking at for my fucking paint. It's not gonna be here."
Probably doesn't even exist yet in Halfords.
No. We couldn't believe now we couldn't find the fucking tint spray. That was annoying me. Couldn't find it anywhere. I was going to ask them, and I said, "Look, I'll go and ask someone now, and they'll just say, what the fuck, like, we don't have them anymore."
Yeah. So the only place now I've seen it is online. On Amazon and eBay and stuff. It's on eBay and Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
How
much is on Amazon?
It's pricey enough. I think there's like fucking...
Like when the whole thing end up comes down and you're able to come to Halfords, I'll go in then and we'll see if it restocks, then so what. But I tried Googling it on the Halfords website and I couldn't find it.
No, yeah, fucking Halfords website is fucking shite, isn't it? That stuff they have in store isn't even on their online fucking shop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's on eBay and it's on Amazon. You just type in rear tint spray.
Just put in tint spray and it comes up the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what you should put in.
I'll look it up now myself, see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you do that, send me on the link. I know you're sending me on the links already for Dundee.
Yeah. Yeah, tint spray on Amazon.
I have to restart my phone again now because the brightness was all mixed up. It was giving the brightness. It was giving the brightness for the clock, but it wouldn't give me the brightness for the whole screen, so it would make the clock really bright, but everything else really dark.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you go fix your phone. And you think you're going to fucking... You think you're going to Samsung.
Yeah,
but then I wouldn't have an iPhone. That's the same thing. I wouldn't have an iPhone.
No, I wouldn't either. Don't like
looks like they're doing to my date. Want to see my date?
Huh?
Oh no, it's just fixing. My date was like stuck in the middle. It's a fix now, but it was like really small in the middle.
Yeah, there you go. I sent it to you there. On Amazon. £7.86 or something. But sure, by the time you get
that's the same one we got. Oh, that's the same one we got, yeah. It's from back. Doesn't matter, it doesn't ship to my location.
Oh, fuck.
You can't really see that now, but it says this item cannot be shipped to your selected delivery location. Please choose a different location. Can't move house, sorry, Amazon. That's fine though. Most things from...
You can do the... Did you ever do the DPD wizard, parcel wizard thing?
No.
Yeah, basically, if, like, I have one, it's on Amazon. And basically, if, say, whatever you're getting can't be delivered to your address, if you go onto DPD parcel wizard, they give you an address in the UK. And then basically, you can order it then, it's shipped to that address in the UK. And then it's taken from there, shipped out to you. And it's actually fucking quicker. Like, I remember I ordered, what the fuck was it? I think it was bulbs or something for my Mark IV. and they wouldn't ship to my address. So I went on to DPD Parcel Wizard, and basically I ordered it on Wednesday, and the following day that evening, I ordered it Wednesday morning. That evening, it was in the DPD Parcel Wizard fucking warehouse, and then I got it then delivered to me on the Friday. So it only really took 2 days, and I had to go to an address in the UK and then come to me instead of just coming straight from there. So it was quicker.
That's the thing now with the whole Brexit and COVID and the whole this kind of crack now. What would happen there, like?
I don't know. I've ordered a few things now, even to do with COVID and all that crack, and it hasn't took that long to come. Like even ordering stuff off Amazon and eBay and stuff, and it's only took like 3 days to come. Whereas I'd order other stuff and it could take 2 weeks to come.
But them fucking yokes I have for the car, what were they? That steering wheel cover, nearly 3 months.
Yeah,
that's a long
well,
way.
That did come from China, though. They do take ages anyway.
Never again. Guaranteed, though. I'll say never again. I'll see something else I like.
Well, saying that, the spoiler extension I got for my car, I ordered that off, like, it's a Chinese knockoff, basically. I ordered that off Chinese website and it only took 2 weeks to come. So.
I'm getting another obsession now, but I don't know what I do or not. I want more lights. I want more red in my car. I'm probably going insane. I'm probably going crazy, like.
You can get they're on eBay. It's a full pack of interior lights. So you have, like, say, your interior light up on the roof, and then you have the rear ones as well.
Yeah.
And then I think it has footwell lights as well, but yours are already red anyway, aren't they?
Yeah, they're glowing because the mood lights.
Yeah. Well, you could get the
interior light now. I don't know I can't remember what's like in the Mark 7. But the Mark 8, I'd say they'd be a nightmare to put in. Because they're touch sensitive and everything.
Yeah. No,
like when you turn on your light, right? Like on the Mark 7, I think you had do a switch or something. I can't remember what the interior light is on the Mark 7. What's the Mark 7 interior lights like?
Buttons.
Are they buttons? Yeah. Well, on this, right, if you want to turn on your light, you go like that. You turn it on by just tapping the glass. The touch sensor. Doesn't go like this to brighten or lower them, right? But I'd say to be a dick when getting because they're all LEDs.
It's probably on a circuit, sure. Do you know what I mean? Like a circuit. So there's probably, say, you have your light, and then there's probably a circuit in behind the lens. But when you're moving your finger to, like, lower and higher it, it's going up the circuit. So if you take that out, you're probably gonna have to take out the circuit and everything, and then the bulb's probably up behind the circuit.
But the bulb is there; you can see it. Like, it's an LED bulb. You can rightly see it. But I'd funny feeling the housing and everything is coming a nightmare to get out. I'd say playing that, so you probably get out, but I'm not gonna be playing with that because everything else is there. The service button is there. You have if you had a crash, that button is there. No, there's an SOS, but that's covered over. You have to kind of take off the cover, and then the SOS button is there. There's 2 other things that are there. I don't think they're active, though. I don't think they are for me. I think they're actually inactive because Ireland. I think in Germany they're active. You can use them and everything. Call up your service straight from the thing. But I don't think that's the case in Ireland yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to ask them when I go into service in the car. Does the buttons on the top mirror do they work? Like, do they actually do something instead of just telling me, look, they don't work?
Yeah.
But I'd say be a dick now to try and get into that whole unit.
So.
That whole unit will have to come off.
Yeah. No, fuck that. My eyes, that's my worst nightmare. And to do with electrics in cars, my God, I just stay away from. Even if it is fucking changing bulbs, I don't mind headlight bulbs.
I'd love to even change the roof line in my car, But I know my roofline, it'd be a nightmare because you'll have to tackle that. And it's not just the fronts now that are touch sensitive. The back are also touch sensitive as well. So you'll have to go at them as well. And they're all it's nowhere on the Mark 7 they kind of peer out of the headliner. They kind of peer out a little bit. These are not. These are all flush. They look nice. They look really nice. And when you're driving, the outside that light, they illuminate. So they illuminate white. But they're flush now against the roof liner. I'd say if you were taking them off now to be... I'd say the back ones would be all right because there's nothing there. There's nothing else there. You could just probably peer down and it'll probably do that way. But I'd say the front now would be a fucking dick down to do. But what I wanted the red was the more I wanted more floor lights. Because when I'm driving, yeah, they're bright. But I'd find my driver's side brightness is more bright because it's reflecting off the pedals. It's reflecting off the front, the thing that's coming down on the steering wheel. And obviously me driving. But the passenger isn't. The passenger and the back they're dim, like, because nothing else to reflect off. Only if you got
a mirror and stick it down in the footwell in the passenger seat.
But the only work if you had, let's say, that kind of like not glossy floor mats, but now you can get them ones, shiny ones, like light hits them, they fucking they're really weird ones.
They're like metal, they're rubber, but they're like fucking like metal look.
Yeah,
kind of.
If you got them, they'll probably reflect orange, but
probably would, yeah.
They wouldn't have the holes. They wouldn't have the clips for the mats.
No, it's like the position I'm in at the moment. I don't have proper fucking Volkswagen. The fucking driver's fucking mat is constantly going up.
Over the mat.
Yeah. Because I don't have the clips
had it from factory, like. It was like that from factory.
Yeah. They were in it when I got the car. Like.
So
whoever had
it before.
Yeah, didn't get proper mats. Or else they didn't have mats at all. And the dealer just fucking threw in any sort of fucking mats just to make it look like the car had mats. Like, but I don't want to take them out altogether either because I don't want to damage no little rubber fucking bit under the pedals. I don't want to damage that either. So if you don't have mat on that, over time your heel starts going through it and then starts getting fucking holes in it. So.
You get the mats online. I want the rubber.
Yeah, I want the rubber ones too, yeah, because they're just handy for cleaning. Like I had rubber mats in me Mark 5 and they're so fucking handy. Just when you're washing the car, just take them out, throw them on the ground, give them a power wash and then dry. They're fucking like brand new again.
One mistake I didn't do when I was buying the car at the time, I think it was more of because the hassle I was having buying the car when I was buying the car outside. Usually you ask the dealer before taking the car, you say, look, I want the rubber mats. They throw them onto the price of paying the car for.
Yeah.
But I think the whole hassle that we had, it went over my head, like.
Yeah.
And then if I got them, then imagine me getting them for the black car, forgetting them, leaving them in the car, and then got the fucking grey one out there, and didn't have them there.
Yeah, fuck it. No. I'm definitely in the mind of a Fiesta, and that's where I'm going.
I'm in the minds of doing things to my car that I don't know should I be doing or not should I be doing. One is allies.
Yeah.
I was trying to tell. I kept on trying to remember, but I don't think I did, or I probably did tell you, but I went over a conversation that we just didn't take notice. But I was talking to one of the lads, and he has a diesel Seat Leon, really nice one. And when he was doing a Snapchat the other day, I saw that he has a turbo gauge in his car, which gave me a great idea. He's putting a turbo gauge in my car.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you were saying that to me, I remember. But you were saying you could get them for the Mark 7, but the vents on the Mark 8 are small. Yeah, but the ones on the Mark 8 are the vents are smaller or something. Yeah.
Vent, not for grill. Vent. Yeah, you can get these. This is what I wanted to do with the Mark 7, but I didn't know you can actually get them for 1.6. So I thought they were only for 2 liters. No, but you can get something like this, like it goes into your grill. But
very nice.
you can get the ones that have the timer as well. And they have a stopwatch. I mean, why would you want a stopwatch on a diesel cars beyond me? But you can have a stopwatch. Like, but I actually wanted one, but I don't know if am I stupid enough to put it into the car now? Is nothing. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not, because that's why I want it. Anyone else can go. Fuck off. I want my turbo gauge. I don't know why I want one. I think I like them too much, because I like the whole, like, you think you're going faster than you are.
Yeah. No, it's just literally when you put the boot. Yeah, no, I like them. I like the fact that when you fucking put your boot down, you just see the fucking turbo gauge just go.
Yeah, mine probably never go back at fucking zero, because this. I don't actually see it way that will actually give me some indication now of turbo. Oh, way my turbo works when I'm on full throttle with automatic, because that won't drop.
Boost.
Yeah.
Well, the way it's boosting, yeah. I wouldn't say you lose boost with the
Even at that, probably
with the paddles. Yeah. I wouldn't say you lose boost, and even if you do, I'd say it's probably 0.1 bar maybe that you lose from the change up, like from the paddle. Whereas in me with a manual, you'd see it. It'd be like that, full throttle. The boost gauge would be bent over like that, and then what you'd see when I go to change gear, it'd probably go like that and then go back again.
Yeah.
Whereas with you, it'd probably be full throttle and it'd probably go like that and then back really quick with the paddle shifts.
Yeah. I just don't know where to push it if I was putting it in. Now I do have one place I would put it in. It's between the angle of the angle. I don't have a picture of the inside of my car, but I probably can get a picture of the inside the Mark. There's a Mark 8 interior.
I've actually seen a lot of fellas. I know this is really old fashioned, but you remember the old phone holders? Like they used to charge your phone and everything, like the Blockias, the fucking Nokia Blockias. They used to have them. They used to be in all like fucking reps cars, like sale rep cars. I've seen a lot of fellas do that on the passenger side, just on your center console and fitting them there, just like say to the left of where your ashtray is on the passenger side, but like facing towards you. If you get me, seen a lot of fellas putting them there because there's nowhere to really put them on the dash.
Yeah, there's two places I would put it, and I'll show you where I put it now. And actually, this picture actually gives a clear indicator, because I wouldn't have it any other way or any other place I would put it. But I'll show you that now. There's two places I put it. One of them is actually a clean area. The only problem is with this area that I would put it is that you wouldn't really see it as much, only if you're looking down at it. I'll show you where it is now. So, pretend that's the interior of my car, right? So, I either put the turbo gauge here or in here, because the wireless charging is here. It's on the pads down here, right? So your phone sits in it. The light that comes out here. But there's nothing really. I don't know if there's any wiring behind this wall. Because on my car actually there's nothing actually there. There's a bit of pads there that's kind of covering up the back wall that kind of just gives it. If you go from the upper cars, you'll get golf written across there, but it's not really anything. But you could cut out that and put the turbo gauge into that. But the only problem is there when you're driving, you see it in your eye view, you're grand. You're seeing it down there, you don't see it when you're parking up.
No. Yeah, no, I'd go at your first.
Up here.
Up to the left.
Tuck it right in here, like where that there's a window, like the Mark 7, there's a window here. So I tuck it right in there.
Yeah.
I never use that side of the mirror. If I was using that window there beyond the passenger side. Because I was like curbs
I can barely see that fucking thing anyway.
I can't see it at all. But the way I sit, this blocks me. I can't sit. I have to sit over.
Yeah, I'd have to like lean up like that and look that way to actually see out that little window. So I never fucking use them anyway.
Because I know in the Mark 8, I think the R has it, but I'm not too sure. Because I know the Mark 7 and the Prime 5, I think more than 0.5, they do have the turbo in the car, but they have it in the screen. And I think the Mark 8 has in the dials. I think they have turbo gauge in the dials. They don't have it over here anymore.
Yeah.
Obviously, the standard cars don't have it all because, you know, it's a standard car. But I'd nearly wired in here.
I would.
Because I'd have this part not having to worry about. This is probably wired to a box that's probably down here because there's no thing down here. So I think the main box now for electricity, well, the whole part, that part is down here now because no pocket. So I have that free and there's a vent there. So that's probably part of this kind of, let's say. I could take that vent out and just use that.
Yeah. I'd put it there in it because we could. And it's literally like when you're driving, you literally just look that way. You're not like, say, if you had it down the center console, you'd be driving and then you'd be like looking down at it like that to see what you're boosting like. So.
The clock ones would work here, but only work this one because this one gets blocked. You don't even see that much. This one gets blocked by a steering wheel. That's why my steering wheel. Well, not really. I could see them two events right when I'm driving, but it's still lower down. It would be ideal. It'd be more of a distraction more than anything.
That's what I'm saying. You'd still be slightly looking down like that to look at it. Like. Whereas if it was up there, you literally, you'd be driving along. And you'd literally you wouldn't even have to turn your head. Like you just turn your eyes to the left, like, and then you'd see it or whatever. And then it'd be on display then as well for anyone in the car or whatever.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't block the speaker. I literally tuck it into that window. Literally have it in the window. So from the outside, you actually see it. But I'm wondering, right, is it legal or illegal to tint them windows? I know it's very small, so you probably couldn't, because you probably physically couldn't get your hand in there to tint them. But is it allowed to be tinted? If I'd smoke them, then you couldn't see this in the back. You couldn't, like from the outside of the car, you couldn't see in at the back of the turbo gauge, like. But I don't know if they're allowed. I think they have to be here. Because I think they're part of it.
Yeah, they are. I think they're part of like a safety feature for your blind spot.
Yeah.
That's why I think they're put on the car, even though you can't fucking see out of them anyway, but never mind. That's why they're there. As so it's not a blind spot, apparently.
Yeah.
So I
was looking at that way, then that would probably, would that not fail my NCT if I was blocking that mirror with that turbo gauge? Because of block safety feature.
But like, if you think about it, fellas fucking pass NCT with fucking pillar gauges. And should they come out?
But they've pillar gauges, but they don't have this window. This window is not small either.
But if you think about it, pillar gauges come out about that much. So it's still technically blocking your vision. Well, it's not blocking your vision, but it's an obstruction to your vision.
Yeah.
That's what they class in the NCT as. That's why sun strips don't pass fucking NCT, because apparently it's obstructing your vision. But
worst came to worst, I could bring it down, but then it's too far away. Like, that's not going to say miles away, but it is quite a distance away from the driver. I'd have to be leaning my left.
Worst comes to worst. If you have your NCT, just plug the fucking thing out, undo the screw that's on the dash, and take it off. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But then you're having live wires as well.
Cover them in electrical tape.
That's what I was thinking. That's another thing I wanted to get done. That and the subwoofer. That subwoofer is doing my head under, because I wanted so much that's actually wrecking my head. I want to see a man up in Carlo. I want to see what he says. The problem is, right, I want a subwoofer that's not meant for the car. That's the problem. Like, usually people get subwoofers that either they go into the spare wheel, that's grand, they're hidden away. The one I have is something that you put onto a car that's in the 2000s. It's basically a box, like, with a subwoofer on top in front of it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to work in my car. I don't think it's going to fit. It might fit. It might wire up. But he might say, look, it's easier going this route. You're not ripping the fucking cables. I don't know.
See, you lose boot space. Your boot space. With the one you're on.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I want. I already have it purchased. It's down at my friend's house since 2 years ago.
All right.
I left it down there. And he's in his shed. So if you want the subwoofer might be for saying wires in, man. That will actually fit in your car because you have the CD player. You can wire into the speaker wires that way. That's what I was going to do on Mark 7. You go through the man that was doing it, the man that had it done to his Mark 7. He went through the speaker wires from his CD player. So it was still coming through as normal, connecting up the phone. But it was just the easiest place to get the speaker wires instead of trying to tap through the doors. There might be a subwoofer for sale if you want them.
No, I'm glad. I need my boot space. My dog. So.
This thing is rugged now. When lads had it, and they used to throw bikes on top of it. I mean, they are rugged, but they're just. Yeah. It is.
You imagine my big dog though sitting on top of me fucking subwoofer in the boot and I bring no for home.
Fucking have a time with his life.
You'd be like one of them fucking bobblehead dogs that would be in the back of the.
I know there might be a subwoofer for sale.
Yeah, sure. Get it around there.
I might get rid of it
up on Instagram.
Funny things could be a problem. Funny things could be a problem.
Plenty of young fellas out there that fucking love their loud music and their little.
I'd if someone offered me the subwoofer now in the morning, bang, there you go. I won't pick them over the wheels, unfortunately. If I had better wheels, then I probably would pick them over. But no, if I could get someone to wire it in the morning, I would. I love sound. I love bass and stuff like that. Like, my father's kind of a bad influence on me because every car he had a sound system in it. Like he had to pay the extra for it. Like, but for my case, obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, sure.
If
like loud music.
I think we had our first one. We had a Range Rover Evoque, and that came factory with subwoofers on each door. This thing popping, like, you know what I mean. After that, then subwoofer after subwoofer. Every car you had to have a sound system in it. Like. And I seen the ones from Volkswagen. I don't know, would you know much about the wattage, but they had like a 750 watt sound system in the Golf 8. You can pay for it.
Yeah.
That's extreme. Like that's now that's like the one I bought in Hanford's thing that I was telling that was just on about. That's 250 watt.
Yeah.
Like it's good sound, but not compared to what you could have in the 21st century.
If you think that it's 250 watt compares to the 750 watt that's in the fucking market, is from factory. It's a big difference. Yeah, you could always just upgrade the speakers in your car.
That's not going to go, but it's just
new door speakers and stuff like that.
I know the lads were saying the JBL on good.
Yeah. Or even, what's the one? The Bosch, is it Bosch speakers? Here they're supposed to be alright as well.
The other one now that Audi puts in their cars, the Bang & Olufsen, whatever they're called. They're good. Yeah. I've had them in the Audi now and they're really, really good. They're really clear sound, then you have well, his car was always big anyway, but even for a big car, like his one was an A6, and you could still hear the subwoofer going, like, and how big the car was.
Yeah.
I know I'd love to do it, but there's a lot of money. Even for the door speakers now, you'd have to take all the doors off, like, or not the doors off, but the whole lot off.
The door cards,
yeah. and getting at the speakers, then changing them, making sure the wires are all right, and putting all back together again. But does this is the one thing I actually wanted to know as well. Newer cars have a limit. Well, I think they have a limit. It's hard to know with the car, right? When you turn up, I think when it reaches a certain peak of music, the car has a limit. The radio has a limit of turn up the volume. Is that to do with the speaker or to do with the radio? If the radio is speaking and then they can't update, they can't go. Like you can scroll the volume up to full blast. You have it on your car because it was on my Mark 7. You could read the notes on the Mark 7, and then I'm just used to it by now. But you notice on the Mark 7 when you turn up halfway, that's really it. You go all the way, it doesn't go up any louder.
No, it doesn't go up anymore. I couldn't tell you that, really. I actually couldn't tell you.
Yeah. I wonder is that the speakers like peak power, and then after that, then just kind of fade out because they're at their peak. They can't go any louder.
Yeah, or could actually be the radio. It could actually be the radio, because your car probably does the same thing. Have you ever noticed if you have the radio turned up loud and then you start slowing down, say you're coming to a junction, the radio automatically lowers?
No, that's the setting. That's the setting. You can turn that off.
Is it?
Yeah, that's. If you have that turned on in your car, just go into your settings, turn it off. That's only because I tried it one day and I turned it off because it pissed me off. Because every time I was slowing down, it will turn down automatically. But yeah, that's a setting in your car. You can turn it on and off. That's not actually on mine. I didn't even find that setting on my car, but I know it was on the Mark 7 because it was actually turned off, and I turned it back. I turned it on to see what it was like, and it pissed me off. So I turned it back off again. No, that's not what I'm on about. What I'm on about is if you turn the radio up and you're playing music, your phone's on max volume, and you're playing music away, you hit halfway on the radio. Whatever it is, you hit halfway.
Oh, I know what you mean, yeah. It's that it's loudest.
It doesn't go any louder.
It doesn't go any louder, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I just want to know if that's the radio, if the speakers are peaking.
It could be the speakers peaking, let's say. Because like
obviously, if that was the case, I'd buy good speakers, like, and then have it that, like, not to deafen me, but I don't know. Like if you had good speakers that last, if you had them up loud, then grand. The Fiesta, I blew the speakers in that car. I blew the fucking speakers in that car. They were not even halfway up the volume. And next thing, you hear the thing kind of rattling when you turn up the sound. Then
every time you turn up the sound, you hear the crackling and fucking,
yeah. That was my rear passenger used to do it.
It's always the back ones that go first.
Yeah.
It's never the front one.
So I rearranged the speakers to come out only the front.
Yeah.
And when I sold the car, then I never said that.
Right.
But
I'm more into fucking engine sound than hands down. I'd rather
just go away the whole
loud car.
Crack. I think the whole crack with the insurance though is ruining it. That's not fucking rocket science.
Yeah.
The fact that I can't go out there now and like dash, basically dash the airbox. I can't go out and just put a custom fucking yoke into the airbox, like that probably does fuck all to the engine but gives me more sound. I'd have to declare it. But yet you can go into a crash and then open the bonnet and change out the airbox. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's kind of up to you.
I think it's to do with payout for them. I don't think it's anything to do with the car at all.
It is.
It's
payout
on their side. They know if you don't dash and you didn't declare it, or you did declare it, or whatever, you have to declare it, that they know let's say you paid $7,000 for an exhaust, if there is one for $7,000, probably not. But if there was one, that's $7,000 on top of your car, like they have to pay out.
No, they do. They know that, and they just look at this and you had fucking €300 worth of a RAM intake fucking induction kit on your car, and you didn't declare it. So we're not paying for that. We didn't know about that. Blah blah blah. That's all it is. I wouldn't mind, right? I wouldn't mind
if they turned around and said, look, you didn't declare, that was grand. And they put the car back together as factory. If you put it back together as factory, right? Didn't put it back together as the way you have it. Right? So you put it back to factory. I wouldn't mind that than overcharging this fucking insurance shit. If they said, look, the car's going to be more than likely you're going to fucking sell the car anyway because it's written off or it's, you know, too broken to have it anyway. I just I don't know. It's all a money grab at the end of the day.
I'll say that to anyone that owns the car. They're just money pits. Regardless whether you're into modifying them or you're not, they're still a money pit. Because when they break,
I'm not about the car side. I'm on about the insurance. They're like bloodsuckers onto your car.
No, I know that, but that's what I mean. I mean, you own a car regardless. Doesn't matter. Insurance, they'll suck you dry. Just owning a car, that sucks you dry. Because they're just money pits anyway. Because if you're into cars, you're constantly putting money into it because you enjoy doing it. Even if you're not into doing cars, they're still fucking, when they break, they're expensive. You still have to put fucking fuel in them. You still have to pay for insurance, NCD, tax, the whole lot. It's just if you own a car, you're just, it's a money pit. But I don't care because I love it. I just spend all my money, any money I do have. It's going into me cars.
Mine is trying to say I need to put a lock on my account. That's what I need to do.
I needed to do that about fucking 10 years ago. At this stage, I don't know. My plan now is that get a little Fiesta. Don't care. 1.2 litre Z-Tech petrol.
Imagine you bought me an old car. Imagine you bought an automatic. I'd be laughing. You bought me an old car, then that'd be fucking hilarious.
I won't be buying an automatic. That's a fact. Manual.
I do wish the car came up for sale, but at the same time, I don't wish for it's up for sale because I'll go up for sale. I want it back, and I can't have it back. But that car, I'd say that car, if I had it now, my insurance would go up because just the fact that it's 1.4 and how old is now? More than
2008. 14 years old.
14 years old, yeah.
13
when I got my insurance down, like, imagine me buying that again, pop back up again. And then my fuel, costing of fuel now will go out the window again because that car was heavy. I think I've done a test on here. You can go into this website and they give you kind of real world kind of miles per gallon. And I think that car was on 33 miles per gallon. I think it was able to do. That's me buying an hour. 33 miles per gallon it can do. 33 on an automatic. 33. That's like me going off. That was the case I should have went off and bought an R or GTI.
Yeah.
I would have more fun in it.
You'd get, well, not being funny, you'd probably get better fucking MPG out of a fucking GTI than you would of that.
Yeah, I think the GTI I think gives you around 38 or 39 miles per gallon. Depends on how you drive. I think the dog groomer, her husband owns a Mark 7, the facelift Mark 7 in a GTI, and she said you would drive the car normally and you get up to around 42 miles per gallon out of the petrol. It just depends on how you drive.
Yeah.
Let the car kind of take over if you get.
Yeah. No, like I said, I started out when I wanted a Fiesta. Obviously, the dream Fiesta I want is a Mark 7 Fiesta ST, obviously, but that's not being realistic money-wise and all like that. And then I was at the point where I'd be like, right, I really want a 3-door. If I can get a 3-door, great. Whether it's 1.6, 1.4, 1.3, 1.2, whatever, I don't care. But
yeah, there you go. Look,
stage.
I'll show you the site now. One, I'll just share this.
Now I'm at the stage where I don't even care. A 5-door one will do me.
Yeah. I'll show you there now. Where's this fucking page? So this given an average, I kind of guessed what way I had the car. I kind of know it was very heavy. They want 66 miles per gallon is what they're advertising here for fucking whatever. So the official this is the one I have. Was the one I had, right? It wasn't a diesel, it was an normal one, right? This is the one I had, right? So the factory will always give it a rough number. Same as the Mark 8. The Mark 8 were rough on about 70 miles per gallon, but yet it's only around 60. Right? So I should have been getting 46.3 miles per gallon. But in reality I was only getting 38. But in my driving, I probably would have been getting less than that by 33. That's the average driving town, whatever. But I had it going done more passage, so I'd say I was getting around 36 because I was burning through diesel, or petrol. I know tomorrow. There's the real MPG, so between 25 to 69 miles per gallon, which there's no such thing as a fucking 69 miles per gallon. Only if you're going for the diesel. 1.6 diesel, getting 64. That would have given you probably that. But mine was definitely this.
What'll I be getting now if I get 1.2? 39.
Yeah. You'll be getting roughly what you're getting out of the golf now. You're getting around 40 odd, yeah. My golf was around 43, 44. Because lads used to always ask me, why am I getting that much? And I said, I don't know. I'd be up and down Kerry and everything, so I'd be doing long journeys. But I always get shit fucking return on fuel. And that car be obviously broken in. It'd be like fucking 44,000 on the clock, and they'd be still getting shit fucking mileage. Like one day, I remember outside Halfords, one lad was there and he parked up beside me, and we're on about the cars, on about the plates, and then I said, for this car, I love it to pieces, but the miles per gallon is shite out of it. And he said, what are you getting? And I looked at the computer, and he was in the car with me, and I looked up the computer, and his jaw dropped onto the floor. I couldn't believe what fucking fuel I was getting. The average long time fuel I was getting was 42 for a 1.6 diesel. You know what I mean? And you just have to blame the automatic. Like, you just have to. There's no other, no kind of other answer you could say. Like, there was no me flooring it. It was no me. It was literally coming from the house, doing whatever, coming back, going from the house, college, back and forth, and then going out to Halfords then, and then showing them the clock.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My average is 46, 47.
I think on the motorway then it'd be around 47.
Yeah, well, if I was on a motorway now, I'd probably get about 50, 51 or whatever. But
there's a way, the ones, when I was looking up the Focus, I was looking up Focus when I had the Mark 7 just to see about the fuel. And they actually set up on the Ford website it wasn't the Ford website, but it was something to do with Ford. It was something What they do is said that if you get the automatic versus the manual, that'll be heavier to drive. Just the way they work. That's why they're adding more gears. The brake out kind of give you the manual kind of weight that it'll be really low. The gearing on that is kind of gearing on the Mark 8 is a lot different than the Mark 7. Like the Mark 7, when you hit 50 kilometers on the dot, it'll go up to 5th gear. On the Mark 8, you have to hit 53 to hit 5th gear. The gearing ratio is off.
53 kilometers?
53 kilometers, and then it hit 5th gear.
Fuck's sake, if I put my car into 5th gear and 53 kilometers, the fucking yoke would conk.
No, it's the gear. Gears are different. I have 7 gears and you only have 5 or 6, however it is. Like 100 kilometers is 7 gear.
Yeah,
So every big kilometer is every gear on mine. So third gear, probably 33. Well, below that is kind of same. It's still the same. So third gear is 30 kilometers. 4th gear is 40. 5th is 50. 6th is 60, 70, and then whatever.
I don't know, like I find even driving on the back roads around here, like I'm in 4th gear more than I'm in 5th gear. Because
when I'm on the back roads now, I'll be on 7th gear.
Yeah.
And then
See,
when it goes
I
into
would need
sport,
that.
see, when it goes on to sports mode, all that goes out the window. The whole gear ratio goes out the window. Like
Yeah.
7th gear is 130.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Or higher
Yeah.
than that. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think it's actually higher than that because I think the fight. I remember I was on the motorway and I tried it out, and I think I got up to 140, and I think I was in 6th gear or something. I still couldn't reach
Mm.
like that car. I couldn't get up. Like it took me a while to get up to 7th gear on sports mode
Mm.
because you
Sure,
need
what, sure.
with the
Yeah.
Mark
You're doing
8 outside.
130 kilometers.
Yeah, the Mark 8 now will be completely different again because it has more power, so it gets
Mm.
that thing faster.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. I can't go fast. I know me. I put the foot on that blue lights. That'd be that. That's why I'm a fear. That car is going to get me caught one of these days. I make a slip up. So if I like kind of. I know it's illegal. Don't judge me. I like sometimes when I know when the red light and you know what they're going to pull in front of you. These kind of
Mm.
match them out for ages. Make
Mm.
them give up.
Yeah.
Break the law.
But that's bad. Anyone watching, don't break the law. It's bad.
Yeah. It's a
Oh.
safety. Whatever.
Mm.
You're only going up to 50. You're only going up to fucking 50 kilometers an hour. That car, 50 kilometers, boom, like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
There's no like, get up, put the foot up, bang, 50 kilometers. That's it.
Mm. I know it's nice to have power. Push. And again, you don't really need power to enjoy a car either.
Well, my mother says that why is the point of having a higher power car when you're living in Ireland?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you going to do with it? Like,
Yeah.
look at
It's
it.
not only that. Like, look at me, for instance. I'm looking to get a little 1.2 petrol Fiesta. It's only fucking 80 brake or something. 82 brake, I think, yeah. And, like, I'm literally... The most fun I'm going to have in that car is on back roads. Because you don't need big power on back roads. You need good suspension, so you can just throw the car in the corner. Or even if you're not even going that hard, like, if you're doing fucking 60 kilometers, between 60 and 80 kilometers on the back roads, you feel like you're flying it anyway. Well, you do in Ireland. I don't know about other countries, but it's just fun throwing the fucking car into the fucking bend and all that. So that's what I'm saying. You don't need a powerful car to have fun. Like.
Yeah, Darren, no, Darren with the state BMW.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're on Instagram, but he's selling that. Well, he might be selling it.
Yeah.
And I asked him, why are you selling it? It's a nice car and you don't have everything to it. Fiesta. What Fiesta? The same one you want.
Mark 6.
Mark 6, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
No, Mark 7. He was looking at Mark 7.
Yeah.
He seen it, what's about the message? He's looking at he's looking at a Ford Fiesta Z-Tech S petrol. 6.5 grand. 6,250 to be exact.
Is it black?
Yeah.
Is it 2012?
Yeah. KE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have it saved to be done.
he's looking at that.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
It is nice, to be fair. But yeah, no, I'm thinking, yeah, a little Mark 6 will do me now this day. Hopefully now I'm back working, I can save up a bit. And my
like
goal
for me,
now...
the reality of me is I can't go back to a Fiesta. It's just the value of the car. Everything else that does, whenever. But I can go for a Focus.
No, I know that.
I know the Focus does have the reputation of driving really nice on back roads. They always had that kind of reputation. Fords do it anyway. Ford just know what fucking... That's why they were great at rallying back in the day. Just know how...
That's where the whole Ford motorsport came from.
So if I got a Focus, then I'm not... You know what I mean? I'm not fucking... But would I have the same power if I went to a diesel? That's the thing.
I'd say it would. Well, depends.
If you got the same liter, same everything is outside, would I have the same, or is that just buying another golf? Like they're going to be the same. They're going to be the same size as the golf anyway. Doesn't matter what way they are. But are they going to have Are they going to have the same fun as a golf? Because I get the 150, no problem.
Well,
If
I'd
you have 150
say
golf, 154 or 150 golf, you want logic would say you want 150 focus as well to keep up with the power. You won't be going backwards, you'll be going forward.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure. I think focuses are lighter than the golfs. The new golfs, the new focuses, I think they're slightly fucking lighter than the new golf. So even if you are a little bit down on power, so you got a fucking, I don't know, 140 brake focus as opposed to the 150 brake golf you have or something, because of the weight difference. Like it's not a huge weight difference, it's very small, but you probably feel the same kind of, you know, the way it is. It's like if you have a lighter car, it doesn't really matter what's the power, because it's lighter. It feels like you're going fucking faster because the car's lighter.
Yeah.
You get me?
That's the one thing that was kind of on my mind with the whole focus thing was, if I did get it, am I going to miss the whole power wise because petrol and
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going for power, and like I said, I'm looking at a fucking 1.2 fucking petrol. Yes, I just want a petrol car again, to be honest. And obviously, in my situation, if anyone doesn't know, my car at the moment is it's shared between me and my girlfriend. Don't actually have my own car at the moment. It's just kind of shared between me and my girlfriend. So I can't fucking go balls out with it.
yeah.
Well, I couldn't anyway because I don't have the fucking money there. But I'm saying, if I got something cheaper, which it'd be like a runabout for me, but it'd be my car. Like say if I'm ever going over to you, I bring the Fiesta, or if I just want to go off for a fucking spin, or it wouldn't like it'd be me daily driving car. Like, but obviously if we're going, I don't know, say for instance, say me and my girlfriend decide to go down to Cork or something. Obviously, you use your fucking head. You're gonna take the newer fucking diesel car. You're not gonna take a little fucking shit box Fiesta down like or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where obviously I'm in a different circumstance than you, where I wouldn't be getting rid of the new car to get an old car kind of thing. It'd just be literally be a bit of fun for me. Like. That's all. So.
Trying to look up there the miles per gallon for the Focus, but guarantee now, I'm going looking at fucking America sites now.
I think you looked it up before, and I think it was like.
Yeah, the Honest John one. They don't have the new Focus though.
Who was it? Oh fuck! Nearly 12 o'clock.
There's some jump now, right? If I went to there's some jump, right? They'll still tell you, right? The garage offers like the Mark 3, right? The 2014, 2018 Ford Focus, right? So there's 1 liter EcoBoost, 125 brake horsepower automatic, right? And the garage says it has 51 miles per gallon, but in reality, it only barely gets 32 miles per gallon. That's where I'm looking at. What the fuck is a power shift? Is that an automatic?
I think so.
They say here a power shift 150 brake to 1.6 TDCI. They say that it's supposed to do 64 miles per gallon, but it barely does 149 miles per gallon. That's what you're looking at. There's a good referencation now with the automatics. This is the problem I have. This is why it's not agreeing with the whole crap. This way I have to be very careful and I have to study the cars before I buy them. This is for this Focus, right? It's not for the new one that's out now. But when you look at the automatic compared to what you get in the manual, you would see the jump. That's a complete different turn. Like you wouldn't mind, like a 1 litre, right, petrol, you wouldn't mind 41 miles per gallon, but you would see it if you're driving an automatic. Same engine, just automatic. Same when you come down here. Same with this one. You see the jump in the fuel. And this is the one I was looking at down here. This one here. Right, they're the two similar things, right? You see the difference in the fuel. And there's not much difference in that one. But the outcomes of what they were trying to predict are different. You just see it's both the same engine, but automatics just have a dent in the economy. Like this is on that petrol. That's 182 brake. That's our standards, like. But you get the same one in the manual, and you'd get above, let's say, GTI. You go to where's more? Isn't not more PCAs?
Probably just because it's accelerating more. You know what I mean?
No, it's because the gear ratio. Gear ratio has a big effect on it, because when you go into a car, right, you go into first gear, and you can go straight into second gear on a low rev. You can just manage the car really easily. Automatic can't do that. It has to match with the speed you're going to change gear, and that's why it takes longer. Than it has to suck in more diesel to do it, because you have to get that part to change gear. Or another reason, and the Fiesta used to do it the whole time, is why I wouldn't buy another Fiesta again, is they used to hold their gears. The ratio used to be way off. So you could be doing 30 kilometers or 40 kilometers, and the rev meter be up to 6,000 revs until it changes gear. Because you rev out a lot before it changes gear. And the older cars then didn't have the Fiesta did. But I didn't really even class my fucking Fiesta it wasn't full automatic, it was more Tiptronic. But to make it change gear faster was to put in Tiptronic. Because you had control, but you only still have limited control. You still can't change gears when you want. You still have to wait until it goes to that point.
The res match,
yeah. So I don't know. This the whole controversy. This is the whole thing that I have issues with if I was buying an older car. It'd have to be an older car that has to be a really small engine, because more than likely the rev matching is going to be way off.
Even I was looking though, and I think even in the Fiestas, like the Mark 6 Fiestas that I'm looking at, the lowest petrol engine in that for the automatic is a 1.4.
Yeah, you can't on the Fiesta that you want. You can't get 1.2 or 1 litre on automatic. They have to come with 1.4.
Yeah,
that's
I noticed that actually.
Yeah, and then you saw the miles per gallon.
Oh, sure.
They weren't popular, and when they were trying to make them popular, they made them too big for they had the automatics then, obviously, for big engines. They didn't know how to make them for smaller engines. And even to this day, with the Mark 8 Fiesta, if you don't have the car in sports mode all the time on the Fiesta, the car runs shit on automatic. I looked up a review, and your man was saying if you ran it in sports mode all the time, the car will go to a quicker response of the transmission, but it will let you change gears faster than the manual or the normal automatic. But it means then your fuel runs out quicker, because it's like opening all the valves for the fucking petrol to go into. Because I think there's like a valve. I don't really know this, but I think there's a valve control or whatever the fuck it is. It has to be something to do with the sports mode, because everything changes. Like obviously the revs go up higher. There must be something, because there's not more pull off the turbo when you put into sports mode. Like when you throttle normally, there's a lot more pull off it than normal manual.
More torque.
So you're keeping them always open.
Mm.
Imagine you're full in. It'd be like 19 miles per gallon. That's all I'll be on. Now I know that it was Stephen. Actually, I think that was the fellow. But actually, if I can never remember that name that he has up on here, but up on YouTube. But he is the Raptor, and he's an automatic, and he says the same thing when you have them manual or automatic. It changes gear so delayed. Wait a minute. He's the Raptor now, and he says that gears on are like they are delayed. You can see them; they're not responsive. But he says the minute you put in sports mode, it does.
Yeah, it's obviously just Ford. Then they have obviously have
Ford is making shit automatics. That's what it is. They do though. I don't know what it is. They just make shit automatics. Like they make them laggy and slow, and it'd be like the Peugeot. The minute you flick it to change gear, and it takes 20 minutes just to change gear. It holds off the accelerator for ages. Peugeot used to be the worst for you. Used to go. You need to put your head through the windscreen because you will change gear and then it'll slow the car right down, and then it'll take off. But no, he said he can get a throttle response. He can get a thing where the car thinks it's in sports mode, but it's not really, and it makes the throttle faster. But then that's it. And then it could void the warranty because you have to plug into the computer. That's the problem. So I don't know. I don't know. As I said, if I got the focus diesel, it might be all right because you have the power over. Maybe. I don't know. I think they said the automatics and the Focus were better anyway. They have the new transmission thing. I don't know. They said the transmissions are supposed to be better anyway. That's here and there.
Cross that bridge when you come to it. It does come to the day where you decide,
like I said to one lads, I said, if it doesn't happen, I get a petrol golf, I get the hybrid to golf. I have something to fall back on. I won't be buying this out there. Like that won't even step foot in the garage anymore. Like I find it intimidating when I go out there. It's crap.
You would. Yeah, fuck that.
I'll go up to Kilkenny and buy my car. I might get my reg up there as well when I'm at. They might come in and say, "Oh yeah, you're living in Kilkenny." So well, sit down in your car.
Right. I think I'm gonna call it a night, Hannah.
You're running over your time here. 12 o'clock now, and you're working. God knows what.
Fucking well over me time. By about an hour. Sure, look, it's grand. Right.
Yeah, I'll leave you go. I'll end this. I'll finish this up.
Yeah,
thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me on again. Thanks, stream, if anyone is watching. I'll see you again.
Mute yourself because you'll probably be watching it tomorrow to make sure the sound is all right.
Right, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Good luck.
All right. I'm going to end it here. Like I said, don't forget to with the announcements as well. I'll keep posting anyway if you follow me on Instagram. And I don't think I can actually post my Instagram in here. And actually, just give me a second. I just want to make sure my commands is that if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll just post a name into it. Yeah, it should work, but right. This might work. If it's not, I'll just put it in. It's follow that. That's my Instagram name anyway. I'll be leaving up stories on that. It's it's open, just follow it away. And yeah, it's been interesting. Like I said, a lot of talking as usual. It wasn't even supposed to be going on this long. It's supposed to be only going on for about an hour and a half because he's work and I have stuff in the morning anyway. So and college work. I'm up to my eyes. But anyway, if you do like the stream, please like, subscribe if you're new, press notification bell, share it out. And yeah, talk to you guys next time. See you later.